and learn from very revered and distinguished computer scientists from all over the world. I also had the chance to interact with students from all over the globe and to get an understanding of where computer science was in the real world. It also helped me to put all the skills that I've learned to practical use. I think one of the major takeaways for me from this program was the attitude that I can do anything, and for this I'm very grateful to SRM. To sum it all up, SRM Vadaparni is a whole package in itself, ranging from widely available opportunities to very knowledgeable professors and the most informed curriculum you can find. What I am today, I owe it to SRM, and for that I'm incredibly grateful.
Hi, I'm Srinivas Muralidharan. I did my B.Tech Computer Science and I graduated out of SRM in the year 2018. I have been into a lot of technology developments, as well as I was totally interested in computer science. Not just because of its future, but because of the interest I have in me. But I don't know where to get to. So the only platform I had was SRM, given the opportunity to me. I have been into SRM with zero knowledge, and today I'm out of SRM with a lot of confidence in me. And still today, I love to say that student for life is my motto, because SRM has taught me that learning is inevitable and learning is infinite. As modern technology increases, learning is infinite. And we know artificial intelligence is the next big thing. And I studied computer science in SRM, and with my intelligence we can be able to combine artificial machines with common intelligence. And that's where SRM taught me the basis of artificial intelligence. We know what could be done, but we don't know how to be done. That's what SRM teaches you. Apart from that, SRM gives you a lot of opportunities to grow and to tame your potentials into a beautiful flower. I was a normal person in the first year, but during my second year, I had the full confidence to have a startup. And I had a lot of networking opportunities in the university and to understand how one technology works. With those networking opportunities and communication possibilities within a university, you have the total confidence to do anything, be it any field you are in. So today I am also a director of a startup. Adding to it, I have been into freelancing and I do multiple tasks within a week, which SRM taught me to handle pressurized situations. Apart from it, I come to the other part of activities in SRM. Education is not the only thing which an institute gives you, but it gives you the platform to build yourself in other parts of the field as well. SRM gives you the opportunities to conduct yourself in management skills, in technical events, cultural events and sports events. It lets you build your management skills as well. SRM also gives you the opportunity to conduct yourself in paper presentations. I say paper presentations precisely because it is very important in any kind of technology today, any kind of domain you are in. Paper presentations are the only way to produce your talents. SRM has the right future for it and the right platform for it. And last but not the least, joining a university, having your potential done, learning it from it, learning from the stars. Where is that you're going to end it? Yes, getting a job. That's your goal, right? Getting a job and getting what you need. SRM has the right platform for all the companies to join in and all the big shot companies. I've been into many companies and I've attended a lot of interviews. I've gone into Amazon, I've gone into Infosys, and I've also gone into TCS. Yes, SRM has given me the great experience of attending all the interviews. And I've been part of Infosys internship, and I was working on Amazon for 1 year. Today, I am pursuing my Masters in Artificial Intelligence in Netherlands with a lot of guts and courage towards solving difficult problems at ease, which Netherlands is capable of having me as a student. Also, this path has been confidently chosen by me with the courage which I got from SRM. Yes, everything has a past for what we do now, and everything will have a bright future for what we will be doing now. Always think that you are on the right path, be positive and be truthful. Staff will support you and you will have a great future in SRM. That's all. Do your hard work and be good.
Howdy, I'm Raghav, an alumnus of SRM Madapani CSE Department, batch of 2014-2018. I'm currently a master's student at Texas A&M University. SRM Madapani has given me a lot of opportunities. One of them was semester abroad program, which I took it up in 2016. I attended University of California, Davis, and it was an eye-opening experience for me as to what the world has to offer for us. It was also a motivator for me to take up higher education abroad. SRM Madapani campus has been a great place for me to study, mainly because of its proximity to the city, which means it saved a lot of travel time for me. The small campus also helped me socialize with both friends and professors in terms of both academics as well as professional networking. The personality development department has been really great for me because they helped me through the entire application process. They helped me in improving my body language, in the way I speak, and even some professional ethics, which turned out to be very important for me in my internships abroad here. The SRM Madapani department has a lot to offer in terms of facilities such as the libraries, the online resources, the different departments, and the professors you can go talk to. The faculty always had my back in terms of supporting me, pushing me to go further and beyond, whether it's decisions in life or academics, which is pretty great. Thank you.
Computer Science Engineering graduate from the City campus of SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Besides the fact that SRM has one of the best and the most advanced curriculum amongst many education institutes, one major reason that made me choose SRM over other universities is the importance that SRM gives for one's holistic personality development. Let me explain that further. During my 4 years at SRM, I was continuously exposed to cutting-edge technologies in the industry like big data, robotics, and the Internet of Things, which is currently helping me to thrive better in the corporate world. Not just that, SRM had also offered me a sea of opportunities which helped me in discovering many hidden talents such as acting, singing, and even public speaking. I am also very proud to say that with immense support from the faculties at SRM, and of course with sheer determination and hard work, I was consistently among the top 5 university rank holders. Now, speaking of placements and packages, I believe SRM is truly one of the best universities because I myself bagged 3 job offers from tech giants on campus, and most of my friends and batchmates got placed in very good companies eventually. Well, currently I'm working as a big data engineer at TransUnion Global Technology Center, Chennai, and I must say this, I really love my job. So I just want to thank SRM again for helping me in succeed academically as well as aiding me in developing an all-rounded personality which everyone loves.
Yashwanti, we can go ahead with the program.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. As beautifully quoted by the great Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. A very good morning to one and all present here. We welcome you all to the orientation program for the batch of 2021-25. Let's begin the session with some positivity. May I request all of you to maintain silence while the Tamil Varth is being played.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, everyone. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome all our faculty members and our ever enthusiastic students to this session. I'm Yashwanti of third year CSE IML and I'll be your MC for the day. Before we begin with the series of talks for the day, we have a small introduction video about the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of SRM IST Vadaparni for all of you to have a look at. The computer science department here at SRM IST Vadaparni is a valley of opportunities, as quoted by all our alumni in the videos earlier. We're immensely happy to have you all joining this. Let's have a look at the video now.
Welcome to the branch of Computer Science and Engineering at SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadaparni campus. Computer Science and Engineering, also known as CSE, is a course comprising scientific and engineering aspects of computing. CSE not only encompasses a variety of topics that relate to computation, like analysis of algorithms, programming languages, program design, software and computer hardware, but also has roots in electrical engineering, mathematics and linguistics. SRM IST Vadaparni provides the following courses under CSE department. Computer Science and Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Computer Science and Business System in collaboration with TCS, Computer Science and Engineering with specialization in Big Data Analytics. We have labs that are fully air-conditioned and available at any time to help the future computer science engineers reach their goal. We also have clubs for aspirants in different fields. ACE Club, Association of Computer Science Engineers, an opportunity to extend your contacts to more people like you. White Hat Hackers Club, a platform to learn and practice for legitimate hackers. Design and Innovation Club, to showcase the designer in you. We work with various platforms and companies for internships and placements. We also provide you a platform to learn, explore and work on your favorite streams under computer science through workshops, webinars, alumni talk and hackathons conducted by experts. Even during the pandemic, we never refrained from engaging with the students both academically and culturally. All the events and workshops were still conducted in online mode. What more can we ask for when we have the campus located in the city, easy to access metro station, faculties having high expertise, active both academically and culturally, and fully air-conditioned labs.
Hope you all had a glance into our department and our college. Our event for today will be kickstarted with a talk by our HOD ma'am, Dr. S. Prasanna Devi ma'am. Dr. S. Prasanna Devi ma'am has an overall teaching and research experience of over 14 years and is presently on role as professor and head of department of the Computer Science and Engineering department at SRM IST Vadaparni campus since 2017 till date. She is the recipient of the Tamil Nadu Young Scientist Fellowship Award in the year 2015 from the Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology. She is also the honorary secretary of the ORSI, Operation Research Society of India, Chennai chapter. To her credits, she has 35 plus Scopus Index journal publications as of date. She has worked on several research projects and has authored 2 textbooks on real-time systems and management data making tools for Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education funded by the MHRD. She has extensively traveled around India and places abroad like Florida, Paris, Switzerland, Sweden, and Germany for participating in many international conferences. She's one of the review committee members of AICT book translation in regional languages as per NEP. She's a passionate teacher and plays multiple roles in the promotion and development of education and engagement and student experiences in higher education. We couldn't have asked for a more perfect person to kickstart today's session. Also, a few questions will be posted at the end of ma'am's session, so please do listen in, everyone. We invite you, ma'am, to introduce our freshers to the department and its regulations and more.
Thank you, Yashwanti. Good morning, all the students and the dear parents. I welcome the faculty members, students, parents, and respected Dean, Dr. Jayakumar sir, for this department orientation. So I'll just share my screen. As Yashwanti said, we're going to have a set of questions to be posted for you people, because this is going to be a very important discussion that I'm going to talk about the regulations that you must be aware of before you start the curriculum, before you start the course of study. Only then you'll be able to understand what is going on in the college. So I request your attention for the next 30 minutes, or I'll not take more than 30 minutes, I assure you that. So I'll run through the presentation, what I have for the freshers for the batch of 2021. So in the last presentation, like we had on 9th September, Dr. Jayakumar sir would have told you about the regulations in brief, but I'm going to elaborate on it for today's session. So to start with, we have the accreditations and ranking mentioned in the last presentation that was on the college level orientation. And I just want to make a simple remark here that we are having AICT, we are bounded by AICT and by UGC as our councils, and then we are NAC accredited, which is we have the highest A++ grade. And then in the NIRF ranking, we had mentioned on 9th September that our rank was 35th in 2020 and 41st in the engineering ranking in the 2020. But then on 9th September, only the ranking was released for the year 2021. And I can update this to say that we are ranking 30th in 2021 in the university level ranking and 34th rank under the engineering category in the year 2021. So this is going to be our NIRF ranking, which has been slightly updated. And as well, we have the ARIA ranking and QS rating as well. So this is all about the accreditations and ranking. And coming to the vision and mission of the department. So as sir has already mentioned the vision and mission of the institution, I just want to align the vision and mission of the department, which is in line with the vision and mission of the college. Vision is nothing but what you have in the long-term goal. So obviously our vision is to become a world-class department, imparting high-quality knowledge and providing the unique learning as well as the research experience, because most of our students, they don't stop with BTech, they pursue their masters and PhD. We have many of our students who are still doing their PhD abroad and as well as in reputed universities in India, like IISc and NITs. So for that matter, our vision is to provide the unique learning experience in BTech as well as in research, give them the research experience in computer science and engineering. And coming to the mission of the department, which are nothing but the short-term goals, what we try to do it on a day-to-day basis. So we try to impart the knowledge with cutting-edge technologies on par with industrial standards. What this mission means is we try to collaborate with as many software industries, as many industries as possible, so that we can give them all the cutting-edge technologies can be taught to our students. So we take up many consultancy works. I can show you in my upcoming slides of how we can do this how we develop this knowledge for our students. And of course, we collaborate with all renowned academic institutions like IASC and IITs so that we can put our students as well into the research and development projects that the faculties do here. And last but not the least, the very important thing that we insist upon is to instill the societal and ethical responsibilities in all the professional activities that we do. So here again, we are committed to develop our students as responsible citizens once they move out of the department as well as the college. So to know more about the college and the Department of Computer Science Engineering, just Google SRM IST Varapalani. You'll be going into the website. So there you can just move into Computer Science, School of Computer Science Engineering, and you can know more about us here. Moving on, what are the department strengths that we have? So as the alumni video you have seen, so it is giving you a great learning environment. It will be giving you a very good environment so that it is not only the teaching learning that happens in the classroom, but also outside the classroom. So when I say outside the classroom, you have many co-curricular activities to supplement whatever you're learning. So that is what we call it as great learning environment. And coming to the diverse curriculum, once again, as an alumni, we're boasting of it. The curriculum is on par with industrial standards. For each and every subject that is designed, the curriculum that has been designed, we make sure that we call in, we invite the industry experts to give their feedback. We take their feedback to form the curriculum as such. So we have a very good diverse curriculum. And the third important aspect is we are giving you the minors. So some students here, as you can find out once you mingle here, or even the first years, those who have been admitted, I've seen many students who told me that they are very good in music, they're very good in dance, they're very good in fine arts. Okay, so those people also will have their passion alive, and still they can also have a certificate for their passion being given. For example, we had one student who was very good in English and he wanted to be a BA literature. I mean, he wanted to do BA literature as his passion. But then after he came into engineering, he did fairly very well in engineering as well. But still, this didn't stop him from taking up a minor degree in literature, which means that when he entered the third year, he had the option of taking a minor certificate in literature as well. So it's not that certificate is going to give you some extra credits, not really like that. But once you get into the curriculum and when you learn something, it's always going to give you that extra feathers, which you're not going to get it otherwise. So that is what we give a minor degree, minor certificate along with a degree that you're going to get. I'll explain more about it when I talk about the ideal learning. Then we always maintain a very good relationship with the industry. So the academia industry connect is very good as far as SRM IST is concerned. And last but not the least, we focus on the results. So when I say results, the academic discipline is very important for us. Why I say academic discipline is very important? It's because we focus on the results. At the end of 4 years, the CGPA is also as much important as in addition to your placements and your masters, whatever you choose for, that is left to you. But for the parents, what we assure you is when you put in the students, when you put in the trust upon us, we make sure that the student always comes out with flying colors with a good CGPA and an assured placement or higher education. So this is what is the result-centric focus of our department. And last but not the least, once again, we are continuously improving on a year-on-year basis. We have the records to show that how good we are progressing. So that is what we are willing to establish the continuous improvement mechanism. So these are the department strengths. So of course, you can understand more about the department strengths only when you come to campus and when you talk to your seniors. So they will be telling more about the department, and of course, they'll be guiding you much better than what we say. And as I've told you earlier, we have these things here, that is, we call it as an ideal learning, which is interdisciplinary, experiential, active learning. What does that mean? You can choose your own curriculum, you can choose your own degree, and you can determine your own career, whatever you're interested in. So basically, you people, you would have either chosen a BTech core degree in CSE or BTech degree with specialization in probably AI, ML, or big data analytics, or computer science and business system. So either of these you have now stepped into. What more can you expect from SRM? So that's the next question that you all have. So you can either go for a BTech degree or BTech with specialization, plus you can choose your certificate in engineering or a non-engineering minor. What does that mean? You can say that I am a boy who's very passionate in developing a self-driving car. So for that, what do you need? You need at least a little bit knowledge of mechanical engineering for sure. Okay, but you are studying all artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, everything that is required in the computer science stream. So what more can you do? When you enter your third year, of course, you must have a good academic record till the end of second year. So then when you enter into your third year, you can go for the minors which are offered by the other departments. So the minor can be a engineering minor or a non-engineering minor. Okay, so when I say engineering minor, a computer science student can study a engineering minor in a mechanical engineering. Similarly, a mechanical engineering student can study a minor in computer science engineering, wherein you have to study 6 additional important papers left to your choice, wherein we have 3 core papers and 3 elective papers that is left to purely your choice. Or if you're not interested in doing a minor in engineering, that's perfectly fine, leave it. You can go and do your minor in a non-engineering minor, which means you can do your additional certificate in English literature, or you can do your additional certificate in entrepreneurship and innovation. So whatever you're interested in, probably if you want to go into MBA stream, you can do a minor in management studies. So these are all the buckets of the minors and specializations that is offered here at SRM Vadapalani campus. Okay, so this is all about it. Next question is, many people have this question. People ask me, what is going to be the difference between a BTech degree, the core CSE, and a core CSE with specialization in probably AIML or big data or whatever it is. The difference is very simple. So what I can say here is, you have to study 160 credits to earn an engineering degree. I'll elaborate that in my next slides. So in this 160 credits, only 6 papers you're going to study your elective, which we call it as core electives. Okay, so this 6 electives will decide. If you choose the 6 electives from different specializations, then it's going to be called as your BTech degree with core computer science engineering. And if all the 6 electives are taken from the same basket, say for example, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So if all the 6 electives are pertaining to that same specialization, in that case, you're going to call it as a BTech CSE with specialization in AIML. So this is the basic difference that you have between your BTech and BTech with specialization. Okay, so all my intention here in this slide is just to make you aware that we offer BTech, MTech, and PhD in our campus in computer science department. So among that, in BTech, you have a BTech or BTech with specialization. And what more you can look for is you can take up a minor in engineering or non-engineering courses. So that is all about the ideal learning. And now coming to our faculties. As I always say, the core focus of the CSE department is only our students. So we have about 1,000+ students studying in the computer science engineering department. So that is the only focus for the CSE department and for the CSE faculties. And as far as the faculty strength is concerned, we have 37 faculties, out of which 19 are doctorates and 18 are going to complete their PhD very soon. The average teaching experience of our department is 15+ years. And of course, the number of full-time PhD scholars that we have here is 17. So anytime in all the PhD work that the people are doing, we will also make our UG students work with the PhD scholars so that they get the essence of what is research when they are put into such kinds of research projects. Also, in all their laboratory works, when they work with the different types of labs, they'll be exposed to the labs, not only the faculty teaching them, but also the PhD scholars will be assisting them in clarifying their doubts. Since they are also students, and the UG scholars, UG students are also just graduate students, what they can have a very comfortable level in understanding or clarifying their doubts, whatever they have. So this is the intention of making the PhD scholars, guiding the UG scholars whenever they have doubts during the lab sessions. Of course, the faculty will be there to guide them. And in addition to them, we'll be having the PhD scholars. And I'm sure that all of you will be eager to know about your faculties. So we just have a small video on just to introduce the faculties of the CSE department. Over to Yashwanti for a small video presentation, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll stop sharing here.
Yes. We'll just have it up in a moment. Yes, ma'am. That was the video. Now back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ishwanti. So back again, I can assure you just one thing here. All the faculties, you can expect them to be your second parents. You can be very free with them. And whatever doubts you have, please clarify it then and there. If parents are also attending this orientation, I just request the parents to be in constant touch with all the faculties. So to clarify whatever doubts you have without any hesitations. And coming to the next slide, which is the ecosystem of SRM VDP. So here you can see that this is the ecosystem. So starting with, we have, okay, the first tech teams. So when I say tech teams, you could have heard from the alumni talking that the moment we assign them any project, any consultancy works that we get or any research project, they immediately, they're put into different teams and they are asked to work And whenever they have their laboratory sessions, we can find most of our students, they complete the project, I mean, the given assignment, the lab work, within a very stipulated time, probably very quickly. And then they start working on their consultancy project or whatever the work is assigned to them. So that is what is the inspiration that you have to take from your seniors. It's not that you while away all the lab session of 2 hours or 3 hours with one simple experiment that is given to you. That is not at all entertained, and I don't advise that for the youngsters over here. What you have to do is you have to take up your own projects and you have to apply whatever you're studying. You have to form your own team, and you have to be always concentrating on how to develop yourself in terms of giving the best output that is possible. And coming to the next thing, which is campus clubs. So very soon, Dr. Meenakshi Arya has been assigned to elaborate about the different clubs that we have in campus. So the most important thing here is we have many clubs. Not all students will be the members of all the clubs. By default, each and every student will be coming into the Association of Computer Engineering, that is ACE Club. So everyone will be a part of ACE Club. But other than the ACE Club, we have other clubs like White Hat Hackers Club, Design and Innovation Club, Rahul Stop Annotating, Design and Innovation Club. So all such clubs are specific to the students. So wherever your passion lies, you can go and become a member of that club. You can be the office bearer of that club, and you can develop your leadership skills as well as your technical skills. And coming to the alumni interactions, we assure you that every now and then we'll be making you, we'll give you a forum wherein you can interact with your alumni. Only then you'll be able to understand how to prepare for placements, how to prepare for higher education, how to crack what university you have to apply. All such things you can understand better when you interact with the alumni. Coming to the IPR cell, even if you have a very small poem which has been written by you, and if you wanted to get it copyrighted, so that is your intellectual property right. So we have an IPR cell which will help you and which will guide you in getting your copyrights done. Similarly, if you have an innovative idea that can be patented, once again, we have our IPR cell in place which will help you or guide you in taking your idea towards publishing it as a patent. So that is the IPR cell. And we have various professional associations in the campus, which will help the students to register for different certifications by different industries. So that is professional association. Coming to startups, as Srinivas Muralidharan was telling, when he was in the second year itself, he had his own startup. He just made a simple product that can be commercially sold. And he made it a point that when he came to third year, that startup company was registered and he could actually raise 1 lakh or 2 lakhs from the startup that he had actually started. So this is the enthusiasm that you must have, that you have to have your own idea, work on it, develop it as a commercial product, and that you call it as a startup. Once registered, you can go for a commercial scale. Next, coming to the foreign languages in syllabus. As the alumni said once again, we have this provision of having the foreign languages as a part of curriculum, diversified curriculum. That is what we call it as. So you can choose either of French, German, or Japanese languages. And of course, you can do the certifications on your own. But as far as the college is concerned, we don't enforce the certification to be done, but you can do it on your own. So that if you are interested in working abroad, after your 4 years of study, that would be very useful for you. Next, industry-based curriculum that I've already touched upon. Like all the regulation, all the curriculum that we frame, it's in collaboration with the industry people only. And coming to the next ecosystem is entrepreneurship development cell. We have an EDC cell that will encourage you to develop your ideas into commercially viable products. Coming to the next thing, which is very important, which all our alumni will appreciate, is we have an exclusive or excellent career development cell in the campus, and they take care of the career development training for our students. We don't call any external experts for teaching the PD kind of a subjects. Okay, that is personality development kind of subjects. It's our in-house faculties, regular faculties who have been employed for it. And that is the career development training, which starts right from the first year of your study until you go to your third year. So that you'll be very thorough and you'll be very confident in facing all your interviews. So that is all about the career development training. And last but not the least, every department has Center for Excellences. And as far as CSE department is concerned, we have two Center for Excellences, one with the association of Intel and the other one is in association with NVIDIA. And these two, I'll tell you why we need Center for Excellences is because to train our students to be industry ready. So when I say industry ready, when you get industry certification, it is you don't need anything more to speak about you in your curriculum vitae. You can just like that show the recruiter saying that you have a certification in deep learning from NVIDIA, or you have a certification in artificial intelligence and machine learning from Intel. So that certificate will actually speak quantum of your worth or your skills that you have developed over the 4 years of study. So that is more than enough, and that is given as a part of curriculum. So what we do here is we have something called 1 credit course, which is MOOC courses. So we ask the students to register for these certifications, and we map it to the curriculum itself. So when that is done, obviously the students have to study it, and we don't want to force them. We give them the option of taking whatever they are interested in. But at the end of it, each student will be having at least one skill and one industry certification. That is what we intend doing in the department. And apart from that, we have various other industry collaborations. And these industries give our students the internship, the paid internships. And we also make sure that these students go there and work there and get that industry feel of what it is to collaborate or to work in an industry while they are studying their 3rd year or final year itself. So that is all about the ecosystem of SRM Vadapalani CSE department. Moving forward, I'm going to start with regulations 2018. As Yashwanti has already told you that every teacher will not complete the presentation without asking questions. So you will be asked questions about from this regulations, whatever I'm going to cover now. So please pay attention from here on. So to start with, you will be having different types of, you have to understand, you have to open the regulations book, and you have to understand what are all the subjects or what are all the categories of courses that you're going to study. So the categories here is H, which stands for Science and Humanities. B stands for Basic Science courses. S stands for Engineering Science courses. And here on, that is C means Professional Core courses. As a computer science student, all the subjects that you study related to only to computer science will be put into the Professional Core courses. And if you're studying elective papers, I've told you, you have multiple electives being offered here. So one such, the electives will be called as E courses. I'll explain this with a sample curriculum that I'm going to take it. And then you also have the open elective courses, which are nothing but again elective courses, but offered by the different departments of SRM Vadapalani. So that is O type of courses. P stands for project work, seminars, internship. All these will be mapped into P type of courses. And M are mandatory courses. So even though I say it is a non-credit course, when I say non-credit, it has 0 credits, but these are prescribed by AICTE and you have to study these courses. You don't have an option. And of course, you have to pass those courses. I'll tell you what are the subjects that are mapped into the mandatory courses as well. And most importantly, you'll have something called as PD subjects. PD subjects means personality development subjects, which has to be given the highest priority, more than what you study in all these subjects. Why? Because that is what is going to be, that will be able to, fetch you the best possible placement that you can sit, that you can sit for your placement in your 6th semester and get it. So I'll go in depth into this. So you'll be given maximum of 160 learning credits. So you have to earn this 160 credits to finish or to get a BTech degree. Apart from this 160 credits, if you are taking up a minor certification, so again, you have to do 20 more credits, which is for minor alone. So when I say 20 credits for minor degree, that will be in addition to 160 credits. Okay. So then you're not belonging to lateral entry, but I've also invited few of our lateral entry students who have joined in the 2nd year of their study. So they will be studying only 124 credits. Why? Because they are actually skipping the 1st year of study and they are joining in the lateral entry, but still they follow the same regulations of 2018 regulation. Okay. Now, all the subjects that you study, say for example, in 12th standard, you had English, physics, chemistry, biology. That's it. And now on, we are going to use something called as course code, and the course code will have a course name. Okay, so how you have to understand this particular course code? It's very simple. If you have a course code like this, 18, okay, I'll show you this. See, this is what is your curriculum. All your subjects will have course codes here. So hope you can understand. The first column is your course codes. Okay, so if you go back, so if you have a course code like this, you have to first, you don't have to worry much about this what says. So this is 18 regulation. So you all belong to 2018 regulation. LE is nothing but your language English, which stands for, it is the department which is offering that particular subject. Okay, and if it is CS here, obviously it means that the computer science department is offering that particular subject. And this H here, it stands for the type of course. That is, for example, I've told you the course categories here. Okay, so H stands for humanities and social sciences. English comes under science and humanities. So that H is nothing but, since it is language paper, the science and humanities department is offering this particular course. So that is the next digit. Then here you have 1 and then 0, 1. So this 1 stands for the level of course. Since you're going to study this in your first year, so you have to have this as 1 over here. That is your level of course. Then the next 2 digits over here, 0, 1. So that stands for, if you see here, right? So this is the first subject which comes here. English is the first subject. Then 02 means Chinese, 03. So here the last two digits over here, it corresponds to where it is listed in this particular order. Okay, so that is what is these two digits over here. 01 is the first course that is listed under the H courses in the curriculum. Okay, the important thing what you have to understand is this last letter, whether it is T or M or J, right, which we call it as the qualifier. What is a qualifier? If I put it as J, it means it's a J code subject. Okay, so that J code subject means it is a combination of theory and laboratory put together. Okay, so when I say you have theory and lab, both put together will be accounted for your that particular paper. So you have a checkpoint here. So if you absent yourself either for the theory or for the lab, okay, in that case, you have to repeat both the theory and the lab together. So that is the checkpoint that you have for all the J codes. And of course, on the positive side, if you score well in your theory paper, I mean, the laboratory session, it's very easy to get a good score, and it's very easy to get a very good grade in all your J type of papers. So that is on the positive note. If you fail in either lab or theory, once again, you have to redo your theory and lab when you come to the next semester. Okay, so that is on the negative side. So I don't want that to happen, but then you have to know what is this J code standing for. So similarly, if you have it as T code, it means it's only theory paper. If you have it as M code, it means it's going to be only the mandatory paper for which you need to have only the attendance and you have to pass that subject. You don't have any credits to it. Now, if you closely look into this, you will be having all the courses. As I've already mentioned, science and humanities courses, all your department, English department, and all these PD courses are all listed in your science and humanities curriculum. Coming to engineering sciences courses, all your other than computer science, whatever engineering courses you're studying, so those things will be listed into engineering science courses. Say, for example, the electrical workshop, the engineering and graphics workshop. So all these are called as engineering science courses. So when you have a code L over here, it means you have only the lab component for it. You don't have theory at all. Okay. And coming to the core courses, as I've told you, the courses which are specific only to the computer science engineering. So here you have all the core courses that you have to study. Okay. So these are your C courses, which we call it as professional core. And coming to the elective papers, E courses. Okay. So when I have elective courses, you have to choose 6 electives. So 6 electives starting from your 3rd year onwards. Okay. So when you have to choose 6 electives, if it is only computer science engineering, you have all the liberty to choose from different specializations. Say, I can say that this one, network security, is from network domain. Okay, so similarly, you can have something like specific to pattern recognition, specific to AI/ML. Okay, So similarly, wireless and mobile communication specific to networking. So you can choose from any domain of your interest as far as computer science engineering is concerned. But if the BTech in computer science engineering with specialization in AI/ML, if you have such kind of a specialization, all the 6 courses will be chosen from the list of electives that are specific only for AI/ML specialization. Okay, so this is how the curriculum varies, and only with reference to the elective, you will be put into different classes, whereas all the other courses, the core courses, the engineering courses, the basic science and humanities courses, and the basic science courses, all these are common for all the branches of engineering. I just have a small thing to say here. This doesn't apply for BTech CSBS students, that is computer science with business system. Why this doesn't apply for CSBS? It's because it's totally independent of us. The curriculum, everything has been designed by TCS because it's in collaboration with TCS, and they totally follow a different pattern, and they don't come into this picture at all. So what I intend to say here is, if you are, we have sanctioned intake is 300, out of which 240 students will be all put together, will be mixed and put together. Only for the electives, you have to be separated. Okay, that is first thing that you have to remember. But for CSBS, we totally take them independently. And that is because of the curriculum, which is totally, I don't say totally different, but all the electives are given as core papers there. It's a kind of different method that we follow for CSBS students. So this is what is called as your curriculum. Now coming to the registration, or we call it as an enrollment of subjects. First years, don't panic. Don't start saying that our enrollment is not yet completed. It will be done since you have been added to our WhatsApp group. We are in the process of doing it. This enrollment is slightly different. What this enrollment means here is, say for example, in the first semester, earlier I've put all the courses mapped into different grouping. Now semester-wise grouping is given here. So where from you can get all these semester-wise what subjects you're going to study, it's available in our website. Okay, I've shared the link as well here. I'll be sharing this complete PPT in all your WhatsApp groups, so that wherever I've given the link, I request you to go click the link and then just have a look into what knowledge you have to get from the curriculum. Okay, so now first semester you have to enroll for all these subjects. Okay, so out of these subjects, I have put all these credits 0 here, which means these are the courses like Constitution of India, Yoga. Okay, these subjects are mandated by AICTE, wherein you have to study these subjects. You have to have the attendance and you have to pass in that particular subject. But your whatever grade that you get, that is immaterial, because it's not going to it is not going to contribute for your calculation of SGPA. Okay, so that is what is meant by the credit points given here. So when I have a 5 credit paper, so it means that this is going to these 2 5 credit papers, physics and your basic electrical and electronics engineering. These 2 are having 5 credits. So you have to give the highest importance for these subjects, not because their credits are high. If you score a very good grade in these subjects, your SGPA is going to increase. So this is what this credit system means. Okay, so wherever you have a higher credit paper, make sure you get the highest possible grade, so that your semester GPA, grade point average, is going to drastically improve. Okay, so that is all about the course enrollment. So your first semester, you'll be signing a registration form saying that you're willing to take up all these courses. Okay, and that is what is called as your enrollment. And moving on to the second semester, third semester onwards, again, every semester before the commencement of classes, the enrollment has to be done. Okay, and late enrollment will not be accepted. You cannot give reasons saying that I was not in station, I was busy with internship. All these reasons will not be acceptable. Unless the enrollment is complete, we cannot feed the data into the ERP system, and we cannot process with all the other formalities that has to be done. So we insist the students to be vigilant. When the enrollment date is announced, kindly stick on to the enrollment date and make sure that you complete the enrollment on time. Okay, so that is all about the enrollment. Now coming to break-in studies. Okay, this is for the minority, probably less than 1% of the students. If in case you are not regular, and if you don't have at least 75% of attendance in 3 or more courses, say for example in first semester, you have about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subjects you're going to enroll. Out of these 8 subjects, we insist, even including the 0 credit papers, we insist that you should have 75% attendance in all the subjects, despite due to some unforeseen reasons. Okay, if you cannot have an attendance in more than 3 subjects, say for example, you have at 75% attendance in only 2 subjects. In that case, you will be semester detained. You cannot progress to the next semester. I repeat, if you have attendance in, you should have attendance in at least 3 subjects. Okay, if that is not the case, you will be detained in the first semester, which means you have to redo the whole year again in the next year only. Okay, so that is the regulation norms. So I don't want any one of you to be irregular to the college. I don't want anyone to be semester detained, or even subject detention should not come in that particular case. What is subject detention? If in case you have only one subject lack of attendance, that is less than 75%. Okay, so in that case, you'll be put into subject detention. So we don't want any of such things to happen as far as the subject detentions or as far as a break in study, which means year detention is considered. Of course, semester detention will happen if you are not having a proper disciplinary record. Okay, and during the break of study, say for example, you have 1 year detention. By unforeseen reasons, you have got the detention. What else can you do? You can still appear for your arrear papers if you have that, or you can still do your compensatory courses if you have detention in previous semesters. Okay, next, coming to the adding and dropping of courses. So as I've already said, here in this curriculum, right? So wherever you have this professional electives, I told you that elective starts from the 3rd year. So here you can choose 2 electives. Here 2 electives in 6th semester, and in 7th semester 2 electives can be chosen. Okay, only for these choice of electives you'll be given all the liberty. But for all the core papers that are listed in pink and blue, so you have to study those papers. Okay, so you don't have the choice of either your own choice of either you're going to study the paper or whether you're going to drop that paper. So adding or dropping of courses is applicable only for elective papers. Of course, for professional electives and for open elective courses. Okay, and if you're going to miss the courses that has already been conducted, you will not be given an additional chance to reconduct the missed classes. But we have a option here. If for medical reasons you couldn't attend the classes, you're always there to help you out. We will conduct the special classes for you so that you're not going to lose any syllabus because you were on medical leave, provided all the genuine certificates has been given to us. And coming to this is a very important thing. I don't say that you have to be all the time studying. I'm not that kind of a person, but all the time play and no work is going to make Jack a dull boy. So just remember this, okay? But all the time study and no play also is going to make Jack a dull boy, right? So here you can enjoy, but make sure that you have an eye on your attendance. So when I say you have to eye on your attendance, you should have for sure 75%. We are very strict as far as the attendance is concerned. Okay, we are not going to give you any grace marks or grace attendance for that matter. When it comes to academics, we follow the norms strictly. So you should have 75% of attendance in every course. Okay, so if in case you don't have the prescribed 75% attendance in a particular course, you will be detained. Detained means you cannot appear for that exam. Okay, and you have to register for that course again in something called as compensatory mode. So that compensatory mode, it has to be approved. And again, you have to redo that whole course. And after doing that course, you will be asked to attend the classes after college hours or during Saturdays and Sundays. Please keep that in mind. Okay. So once you attend the classes in Saturday and Sunday and then complete that 45 hours of class, then you will be asked to appear for the examination by paying a prescribed fees. Okay. So that is one important thing that you have to know. So please avoid getting detention. Please avoid getting I grade in any of the subjects. Make sure that you have 75% attendance in all the courses that you register for. Okay. Now coming to the next point, if in case you have detention, say for example, you were very irregular in a particular semester and you have not appeared for 4 examination due to lack of attendance, then what are you supposed to do? You have to register for compensatory courses. Then again, you have a small thing here. You can register for maximum of 2 courses, compensatory courses only in 1 semester. So I told you you're going to have 4 compensatory courses. Okay, you have to do. In that case, you can register in 2 subsequent semesters. Now again, you'll have a problem if you're sitting for placement in the 6th semester or 7th semester, and you have to do the compensatory courses. You will not be in that all clear category to be eligible to sit for the placement. Okay, so please make sure that, once again, I continuously keep repeatedly telling you this because I don't want any of my students to be into this detention status, taking up the compensatory courses and then being void of appearing for placements. All these consequences, please don't face at all. If you are regular with your attendance, if you're regular with your the academics, you don't have to even listen to all these things at all. Okay, so that is all about the registration and enrollment. And you cannot withdraw from the compensatory courses for whatever reasons it may be. You cannot withdraw, same as the regular courses. Okay, so you have to maintain, once again, the 75% attendance in the compensatory course as well. So instead of appearing for the compensatory, again attending the classes, I wish that you all have the perfect attendance so that you don't have to bother about all these regulations, whatever is given in the regulations curriculum, the book. Okay, and of course the semester duration is only 8 semesters. Okay, so 90 working days normally we have, which is a 450 hours. And the worst case that you can complete the BTech degree program is usually N+2. N is the number of years, which is 4 years. Plus 2 years will be given as your bonus. Like for example, 2 years instance, 4 semesters. So within which you have to complete all your backlogs and you have to get your degree. So within a maximum of 12 semesters, if you're not able to complete the BTech degree, in that case, probably you'll not be getting your degree. Okay, so I don't want to touch more upon this because I strongly wish that not even one student from this batch of 2021 should come into all these categories. But I'm just briefing you all these just to make you aware of the regulations that we follow. Okay, and if in case, if someone was not feeling well due to severe medical problems, then it can be treated as medical grounds. A maximum of 1 year break can be given, or 2 semesters break can be given, which can be split across different semesters. Okay, so that is for the medical grounds. And again, for temporary withdrawal from the program, maximum 1 year, which can be taken as 2 different semesters. Okay, so that is also possible in our curriculum. And put to that, you'll be completing the degree in 8 semesters. Instead, you'll be completing it in 10 semesters because 1 year break you already had. Okay, so that is all about this one. Now coming to the student counselors and academic advisors. I'm sure that the CSE students have already been put into 5 different WhatsApp groups, and you are familiar with your class counselors. By now, you should be knowing who are all your class in charges and class counselors, what roles do they do. So you should be knowing their names. If I ask you, you have to be in a position to tell their names as well. So they will be guiding you from time to time in whatever work you do, starting from your enrollment of courses, and they're familiarizing you with the academic rules, and then what the course registration, compensatory registration, whatever the process we follow, it will be done through the class counselors, or we call them as faculty advisors. In addition, I request all the parents to make a note of the slides that I'm going to show you now. I'll be sharing it as well. So make sure that for any information that you have, or any concern or any issue or any learning difficulty that the student has, and if he or she cannot convey it to the class teacher, kindly I request the parents to put it forward. Kashyap, please stop annotating. Okay, I want you all to just bring it to the immediate attention of the class in charges. If it is not resolved at the level of class in charges, again, we have a year coordinator here. So Rajesh sir, Dr. Rajesh, HOD Mathematics is the year coordinator. And for any of your admission or enrollment related queries, you can contact the Dr. Rajshekhar Velswamy. So here the contact details are also given. I'll share it in the WhatsApp groups. For others, you can just take a pic of it. Next, moving forward, I'm introducing you to the class in charges and the class counselors. I'll tell you how this works. For the first year of study, you don't have any, except one computer science paper, you don't have any of the department papers at the first year. Okay, it's all related to science and humanities. So only for the first year, we have these faculties over here who will be your class in charges. And we have another set of faculties as class counselors. Class counselors will be from the CSE department. And moving on to the second year to your final year, these class counselors will become your class in charges. And these class in charges will not hold any role from second year onwards. Once again, the reason behind this is all the papers that you study in your first year are belonging to Science and Humanities department. So for any immediate assistance, you can contact related to your academic subjects, right? You can contact any of these class in charges. So you have the sections given A, B, C, D, and E. You can talk to them for any of these science and humanities related subject related issues. And for any of the other than, you have the class counselors who have also added you to the groups. So now we have already created the 5 groups. I'm just sharing you the link. If in case there is someone over here who is watching this orientation without joining the class group, I request you to join the particular class group, right? Using these links given here. Coming to, I think I've missed the class counselors. So you will be knowing the class counselors by now because they are the ones who are handholding you people. So I just mentioned the names of the class counselors. Probably in the PPT that I share it in the groups, I'll share with the contact information of those class counselors. Okay. Next, coming to the most important part of it. Actually, I want the parents and the students to listen to this, what we have as conduct and discipline. So obviously, I believe, I pray that you will all be well behaved and well disciplined inside the campus and outside the campus because you carry the brand of SRM with you. But in case you get into any of the indisciplinary activities like ragging or bullying or copying or whatever it is. So here, even if you come back to us after 10 years of time, saying that what is the progress of a particular student. So here we have, this is my tab that is for the HOD and class in charges. So here, if you open it, you can see something called as malpractice and social misbehavior. So these 2 tabs will tell you, even for your marriage, many people, many students, parents will come and ask how good was this boy or girl when he was in college or when she was in college. We'll just open this tab and check whether there was something pending disciplinary actions in terms of social misbehavior. This record has to be clear like this. Only then we will give you that good certificate. Okay. So for that matter, I want you all to be refrained from any type of suspensions or act of indisciplines in your 4 years of study. Okay, so I want this record to be clear for all my students. So please ensure that. And coming to the attendance, again here, parents, please note, you have, though earlier we had, if you have, I've already told you, if you have less than 75% attendance, you'll not be eligible to appear for your end semester examination. Okay, but how do you track your students? How do you track whether they are present or absent for a particular class? Every day, immediately after finishing a class or subject, within 24 hours, the faculty will be updating the attendance. Okay. If he or she, the faculty doesn't update the attendance, it cannot be done after 24 hours. That is our system. Okay. For sure, you can expect the attendance will be updated in the portal for within the that is 24 hours. Okay. So this is the student portal given to you, given to your ward. So the student will be having a net ID and a password. So you just have to log in. I request the students to share this username and password with the parents as well. So they must be knowing what is happening. Please don't keep them in dark and please don't change the password as well. Okay. So once you log in into this portal, I'll be sharing the link here. So this is the link. Okay. So SRM University link is given here. So once you log into this portal, I've got permission of Sridharan. So he said, I don't mind. He doesn't mind showing the records to the parents. Okay. Now for each and every subject that you have registered, it will be listed here. And how many hours conductor is shown here. And the attendance present is shown here. Absent hours is shown here. Okay. So this attendance percentage, you have to keep track of it. So until now, if your attendance is less than 75%, you have to ask your ward, why is the attendance less? Okay. So I've purposefully taken this just to show that this is a borderline attendance of 66%, in which case the student is prone to be detained for that semester. So at least by the end of the first month, if you can note this, you can tell your student or you can watch the student and make sure that all the attendance thereafter from this particular date is going to be 100%. So that towards the end of the semester, all the subjects, the student is going to have more than 75%. Okay, so make sure that the absent count is within the permissible limits. That is, the 75% attendance has to be maintained by the student. Okay, so this portal, the complete student information portal, must be known to the student as well as the parent. And for the parent who are not so literate, we send the SMS, that is after immediately marking the attendance to the portal. If the student was absent for a particular class, an SMS would be sent to the parent, the registered mobile number of the parent. Here again, if the student comes and changes the mobile number of parent, as if the parent has requested, we are not in a position to help you out. Though we will call and we will ensure you from your end, please don't support your student and say that, okay, my student number is only the parent number. Please don't do that. Okay. And the letter to the parents and email will be sent from the class in charges after your CT2 is over and after the CT3 is over. Letters will not be sent to all the parents. Once again, I make it very clear. Only if the student has a detention in one subject, or if the student has failed in more than one subject in the test that was conducted, only then the letters registered post will be sent to the address that we have in our database. Okay, and this is just for your information that we have the range of marks and the grade points that we follow. So I wish that every one of you gets only O's and A+. So of course, marks are not so important, but I just make sure that marks are also important in for some company placements. So that is about the marking system. And how do you calculate your SGPA and CGPA? The procedure is formulas are given here. As I've shown here, the CI represents your credits. And though the mandatory subjects doesn't calculate for your credits, that's still okay. You're going to, you have to have a pass mark. Only then it will be counted towards your SGPA calculation. Okay. Then moving on to reappearing for the final examination. Once again, you have a quiz question from this. So which says that if you have secured a fail or an absent in a particular subject, okay, in the end semester, again, you have to register, you have to write it as an arrear. Okay. Or if you have got an absent, if you were absent for a particular subject, again, you have to go for a reappearing for that particular subject. But if you have got an I grade, which means if you have detained in a particular subject, then you have to redo the whole course again. That is the third thing. Then coming to pure internal papers, which means pure internal papers are given here. Seminars, industrial training, such kinds of papers wherein all your 100% is only for your purely internal. You don't have any external examination for that. So if you are either failing or if you are absenting or if you don't have enough attendance to write that particular courses, once again, you have to take up the compensatory courses, what I've already mentioned, and then you have to redo that course again. Okay, it's not that you're going to just like that appear only for the semester examination. That is not going to happen. So make sure that for all your pure internal subjects, you pay the utmost attention. Similarly, your project work, it is again a pure internal paper. So if you're not able to get a pass, or if you're not able to write the exam, the final Viva OC, or if you don't have attendance, you have to redo the whole work as treated as compensatory course. Okay, so this is what is the thing that you have to know about reappearing for your final examination. And finally, as I've already mentioned, for all the J code subjects, if you either fail in a theory or a practical component, you have to redo both the, you have to reappear for the examination in both the theory and the practical component. So that is most important. So finally, please don't get into any kind of bullying, malpractices, so disrespect to teachers. All these things we treated with utmost severity, and the punishments will also be very strong and stringent. Okay, addiction to any kind of substances, and do not attend the events just for OD or bunking the classes. I want this malpractice, even though if you just write it in a small rubber, and if you're caught for malpractice, the SRM norm says that that particular examination will be cancelled. Okay. If you are caught with a malpractice, all the semester papers would be cancelled. Just a small rubber, writing in rubber, will fetch you a semester loss. So please don't adhere to any kind of malpractices in SRM while writing. Whatever you know, please write, and make sure that your malpractice, this column here is always empty, because even after 10 years, if I just type in your roll number and click on the malpractice tab, it should show empty here. Okay. And coming to the syllabus, the departments and the activities, as we have already told, the alumni has already told, our department is always filled with extracurricular and co-curricular activities to support your academics and to make you as good leaders. So for that matter, we have all these events which will be touched upon by Dr. Meenakshi Arya very soon. So already I've told you, we have the various department clubs, and all the events that we conduct are made a note, or it's going to be published in newsletter.h. So this is our official newsletter. So semester on semester, we keep publishing the newsletters, and it is also updated in the website. So the recent one that we have published will be shared with you in your WhatsApp group. That is from Jan to June 2021. So that was the last version, volume 17 that was published. And that is the name of the newsletter. We call it as #include newsletter.h. All the student achievements will be published here, irrespective of whatever it is, be it small or big. I request a student, whoever is achieving or whoever is participating in any event, to bring to our attention that you have done this, so that you'll be given a special mention in the department newsletter. And coming to the placement, more about this will be covered in the placement workshop in the afternoon. I am just here to tell you that the PD department here is very strong. We give you enough training so that you can get paid internships when you are at the third year level. So the student who is going to talk now, she had a paid internship of 80,000 as well when she was in the third year itself. And moving to, we have many core companies who are coming in, and most of the registered students, at least 90% of the registered students, they are assured of getting a placement when they walk from the campus. And as already covered in the campus orientation, all the convocations are common for all the campuses: academics, examination, placements, and convocations. All these four are common for all the campuses. And we are proud that every year, at least one university rank will be backed by the CSE student. And coming to the placements again, just go to this link. We have a straightforward statistics given here, year on year. For the past 7 years, data has been published in this link. So last year data, it says that we have achieved 80% of the placement, and all the students who have been admitted into different companies that came in for the placement are also listed in this particular newsletter, as well as in the placements website. And moving forward, I'm just going to cover a last 2 or 3 slides, which talks about the academic excellence. So all our students have a very good academic CGPA of more than 9.5. So they get a special mention in the newsletters. And coming to semester abroad program, this was also covered in the college orientation. We have tie-up with many foreign universities, and this foreign universities is going to, one semester you'll be studying abroad in any one of these universities, depending on your CGPA and depending on the level of interest that you have. So make the best opportunity, make use of it, so that you can go learn the culture, learn the environment, know the professors, so that you can have a better mind, that you can go for your masters again, and you can pick up any one of these universities as your destination for your master's program. Okay, so that is all about your semester abroad program. So last year, even during the pandemic, we had one student who was held up at the Tapai University. She couldn't come back, but we took lots of efforts to make her come back to India and complete her studies. So this is the commitment that we have, and we will be extending the same for all the other students as well. And coming to our pride again, student achievements, though we don't have a very good sports facility being a city campus, we have very reputed sports players. Why? Because they are very near, or they are very accessible to the Nehru Park, which is very close by, one of the very reputed grounds in Chennai. So our students go there. The cricketers also, they go there for the practice. And we have the pride, the department prides to mention here, which is Varshini and Yashwant Raghav. The state level tennis player is Yashwant and international chess player is Varshini. We have both of them in campus, very down to earth students, and all the time they are in limelight in all the papers. And last slide that I'm going to cover, sorry for exceeding my time. These are the students year on year who go for the higher studies in different reputed universities. Okay, so this is the batch of 2020 who have been to many universities. Of course, you can see the list and all. You can talk to the seniors. We'll share their numbers if you want to when you come to the third years. And the most important thing that I want to tell here is we have something called as letter of recommendation that has to be given for when you apply for your master's study. So how do you get that highest level of recommendation? I can even say that this student was a mediocre student because it's going to be in a concealed paper. Only the outside university people can open it and see what has been given in your letter of recommendation. But depending on your co-curricular activities, depending on the involvement in the department activities, depending on your contribution academically and to the department, how good you are in the department, how best you show your attitude, the positive attitude, and then your interrelationship skills, all these things matters. We keep observing each and every student. We keep getting the feedback from all the students, and only the best students, they'll be given the best LORs, letter of recommendations. Of course, we'll be giving the letter of recommendations to other students as well. They are not deprived of it. But if you want to have the best LOR for your masters, I wish that you'll be one among the all-rounders of the department. So wish you all the best. I want you all to come with us and grow with us for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those enriching words. And I hope everyone has gotten insight into the department and regulations right now. Just a moment. Yes. So next up, we have one of our alumni is here to speak with us. So we have Mr. Hari Rajesh from the batch of 2016 to 2020. So he was placed in PayPal through our placement drive last year and is currently a software development engineer at PayPal. He was the best outgoing student of the computer science department, and we're immensely proud to have an alumni like him. There is always a lot that we can learn from our seniors, and we're really glad to have you here, Mr. Hari Rajesh. Over to you.
Yeah, hello all. Thank you, Yashwanti, for the warm introduction. Yeah, it has been 1 year and a couple of months since I finished my course at SR Madapani, and it was wonderful 4 years that I had. And I'm really happy to be in the same meeting as my old teachers and old faculty members. They were the real stars of SRM Vadapani. But like in any institution, the superstars are the students. And as an alumni, it is a tradition that I will be giving you some advices. So please bear with me. Okay, how was my 4 years here? I would say that it was one of the best 4 years in my life, and it has shaped what I am today. You would have seen the introductory 4 videos, right? I was there in the beginning to set up this background, the Zoom settings and all. The testimonials by the seniors would have given you an idea of the length of the facilities we have here at SR Madapani. And as first years, you're joining right now. So I would say that you rest all your doubts and you made your first step very solidly. So being in SR Madapani is a great opportunity for you. And based on how you make use of these 4 years will determine who you are. You saw in the speech given by HOD ma'am that we have people who can do anything at SR Madapani. So we have people who have started their own companies, people who have become entrepreneurs, people who have gone for masters in very reputed institutes, or joined reputed companies as employees like me. So what I'll recommend to all of you is that I was given 10 minutes slot for this speech. So you can dial in your queries or questions you might have, something you can ask to a friend or a senior. I'd be very happy to answer. And I'll also like to thank Preeta ma'am for making the adjustment. That is me speaking before Dr. Arya ma'am. And also a huge thanks to Pave ma'am for thinking of me. Okay. Yeah, the first thing I wanted to let you know is that when it comes to software development, in the 4 years that you're here, right, you can make use of it extremely well. Each and every subject that is assigned to you, you'll have the option to choose subjects as well in your senior years. But each and every subject is really important. Now that I am working in a corporate world, even some theory subjects are useful. They tell you how you have to develop your software and how you should think of software when developing on all the practices. Those are all actually practically implemented in offices. Okay, I'll ask this question. Does anybody know what is special about today when it comes to software developers? If anybody knows, you can put the message in the chat. Actually, there is something really special which is very common to us computer science folks. Okay, I'll take that as a no. Today is, hey, come on, stop calling me sir and all. Okay, you can just call me Hari. I'll come to the question later. Today happens to be the day of the programmer. So like we have Doctors Day, Teachers Day, Engineers Day, and all for each profession, today happens to be the day for programmers. And I'm also really happy to be talking to you during this day. So the pride is really important for programmers, in my opinion. So the work that we do, right? In fact, I would argue that among all the professions, software development has changed the world in a way that is, not possible with others. So when you're studying computer science, when you're working in an environment, you should have that pride in the work that you do. That is the first step. The second step is, as I told earlier, you have to start deciding what you want to be. Don't restrict yourself to, I want to work in XYZ company, in Google, Amazon, etc. That is one option. Like many other examples that you saw, you can become an entrepreneur, you can start your own company. Keep all of those options flexible. So you're in your first year, you have 4 more years, you have a long way to go. Focus on all of these as you go. And I also encourage you to focus on extracurricular activities. As you saw, SRM focuses on all that also. And the teachers will really guide you. They're there to help you. And you can contact your seniors as well. They would be really helpful as well, and participate in a lot of events, extracurricular, intracurricular, and all that. Okay, we have, I'll answer some questions now. It has been popping up. Will there be foreign language course? Yes, you will have option to study a foreign language. Can we score good marks in all your subject? Yes, you can score. When I was there, right, I was there in the 2015 syllabus regulation, I think. In there, in the first few years, you'll have a lot of mathematics related courses, and the last 2 years you'll have more of computer science theory and project related courses. And yes, it is easy to score marks. The main thing is you have to stay focused on your academics as well as separate programming and all that. Yes, campus learning is really good at SRM. You have, the classes are all, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll leave the surprises to you. I think it'll be, I heard that you're attending online classes starting 16th. Once you go to the classes, you'll see that everything is set up for your academics really well, whether it is the classes, the labs, or the library. So that is good. Okay, I was also asked to talk about what you need to know in the corporate world. So I told you a couple of career paths that you can take, right? It can be either software development or becoming an entrepreneur, starting your own company. But being September 13th today, it is all about being a software developer. Sorry for the background noise, just a second. Okay, so in software development, I would say there are a couple of main tracks. One is web development, the other is machine learning. So machine learning is also great. Where we have some dedicated courses for that also. You can become an ML engineer and all that. In web development, you can most recommended is full stack, that is focusing on both the front end as well as the back end development. That is what I'm also doing here at PayPal. I'm working as a software development engineer, but my work currently is, some amount of research and development and work on front end as well as back end. Okay, I have a question here that says, is there a ground? There are there is no ground associated with the college, but as ma'am said, you can go to the Nehru Stadium and play there. We have table tennis tables in our terrace. You can go there and play. Me being a table tennis player, I enjoyed that very much. What if we haven't learned CS in 11th and 12th? Yes, you will get to learn from the basics here. That is starting with C and C++, you will be learning. I'm not sure whether that has changed now. Maybe you'll start with Python as well. But yeah, some of my friends were from the biology track and they were able to learn computer science really well. So no worries about that. Is paper presentation really important? Actually, in the final semester, right, you will have to do project, and the project has to be accompanied with a paper presentation. So as engineers and for engineers as well as scientists, right, presenting papers is really important because that shows how original your idea is and whether you have done some innovation or not. So yes, that is important, and don't worry if you have not presented a paper before. In fact, I did my first paper presentation during my final semester, and teachers are really good at helping you. Be sure about that. Okay, I am getting a lot of questions here.
Hari, just a request. So we'll quickly take one or two questions since we have other speakers also lined up.
Yes. Okay, sure. I'll just have a look and answer a couple of important questions. Can we prosper through cybersecurity if we opt for CSE core? Yes, there is in CSE core. I would say there is. You can talk about academics to teachers would be much better, but for cybersecurity, I will recommend you studying, taking courses separately also, or looking at online resources that would help you better. Are there any extracurricular clubs? Yes, and there are lots of clubs. You can participate in clubs from other departments as well. It can be EC, mechanical, all that is good. Can we take engineering if we didn't take max in 12th? Yes, you can, but there are some max related courses which will need your full dedication. It isn't necessary that you need to know 11th, 12th, but yes. What else? How about culturals? Culturals is really good here. You can participate in extracurricular, inter-college events as well. SRM has a really good attendance policy. They are really flexible, so you can attend. You can also create your own events that other students can participate in. Is CPP still necessary for placements, or Python overtook it? For placements, right, language doesn't really matter. So I'll tell you how Microsoft, I attended a Microsoft first round. They asked us to, write program in any language. They don't ask for C++, but me personally, I'll recommend studying C++ because I know maybe it may be a tradition, but I always find C++ the starting way to go, because Python is a little bit different. I'll take just one more question, something related to there is a question about software development field in the next 4 years. Okay, it depends on which company you are, right? So you can either be in a very large company like I am in. I am in PayPal, so the company has been operating for more than 20 years. In fact, the company was started the year I was born. So in such a large company, changing the tech stack is a really difficult thing. So having developed some applications, some services, they have to maintain. The focus is on maintaining rather than developing new things. So in the corporate, as far as I've seen, right, backend is stable with Java, and in front end, JavaScript and React is what is mainly used. So if you're joining a startup, you'll be focusing on more colorful, newer technologies like Flutter and all. But I would say the core is Java and JavaScript. Okay, as we have other speakers lining up, I'll stop with the questions, and for all the other questions, right, I'll recommend you to take note of my SRM email address. I'm having that along with my name in my video. If you can see, take note of it, and you can contact me through that. I'll be really happy to answer any questions. And you can also hit me up at LinkedIn. Lastly, congratulations for ending up here. This is a really good start for your career. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hari Rajesh. I'm sure that was inspiring for everyone here, and I'm sure they've made a note about a lot of things that they were wishing to know. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Sure. And one more thing, in offices, you're not supposed to call somebody by sir or Mr. So you can just simply call me Hari.
Okay. Moving on, next, we would like to invite Dr. Meenakshi Arya ma'am. Dr. Meenakshi S. Arya ma'am is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. She has a diverse academic and professional experience background and has served in many engineering colleges across the length and breadth of the country in various capacities. She has done a PhD in the field of biometric watermarking and has an array of publications to her credit. She has published papers in reputed journals and conferences and has many book chapters to her credit. Dr. Arya is a professor by choice and has a great passion for teaching. She believes in the fact that good education is the key to developing a great nation. And if we can percolate the same sentiment to all students and make learning fun by bringing innovations to it, our country will grow by leaps and bounds. We would like to invite ma'am to give us an insight into the various clubs our department houses and its activities. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Yashwanti, for the introduction. Yeah, you have to be passionate to do anything. And I'm sure all those students who have taken this decision of joining SRM as engineers are as passionate about computers as me and Dr. Prasanna are about teaching. So I welcome you all, and I will be briefing you through about what technovations we have in the department, which includes conferences, symposiums, expert lectures, workshops, so that we can inculcate knowledge beyond books to all of you, and you are able to display that knowledge which you have gained here in various different forums, which may be national or international. So while Prasanna ma'am was giving her presentation, I just read through somewhere. I'll just quote: creativity is as important now in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status. So that tells us that how much of a emphasis is given on creativity, or on how much you are exposed to international content in today's world. So can we move on to the next slide, ma'am? Yeah. So as told by Dr. Prasanna ma'am earlier also, in our CSE department, we believe in the, not just CSE department, SRM believes in the holistic development of students. By holistic development, we mean, she quoted a very beautiful quote, which I always believe in: all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So if we expose you to everything that is related to curriculum, extra curriculum is also what plays an important role. So as told, we have in our department, we have got 4 clubs: Association of Computer Engineers, of which you become default members the moment you join the department; White Hat Hackers Club, started by a group of enthusiasts some 3 to 4 years back, which is doing wonderful job as far as conducting workshops on cybersecurity, hacking, and those people who are interested in that aspect of computer engineering is concerned. Quality Circle Forum, QCFI, and Design and Innovation Club, where you can let your creativity and the the Picasso in you out, where you can digitally create content, or you can use computers to create the content. So we have, as asked by somebody, are there culturals? So we believe in holistic development, and you can be a member of either one or all of these clubs. You're most welcome. The clubs are completely run by students, and we give freedom to students to propose events, to conduct events, so on and so forth. Coming to workshops, you have chosen a branch which is dynamically growing. So what I know today might become obsolete tomorrow, and what was written in textbook a semester back might not be that relevant in industry. We keep doing workshops by calling industry people, or by our own faculty who have gone out and got trained on certain topics which are of relevance. So workshops like technology on IoT, hardware description language, or workshops on information security management, you can see the people whom we call for these workshops are the people who are pioneers in these domains in the industry. Ma'am, can I move on to the next one? Yeah. So you can see the workshops range from those covering certain theoretical aspects to some being completely hands-on, so as to give a flavor to people who want to explore more theoretical aspects of certain fields. There are workshops for them also. People who want to do some kind of a hands-on experience, or they want to learn how a specific tool works. So these workshops work in 2 manners. One is that we contact the industry people, and they come and deliver those workshops to us. Second is that we get a demand from students that, ma'am, we would like to do a workshop on data analytics, or the budding field is machine learning, or let's say people want to explore digital image processing, or any domain that you bring to our knowledge. We ensure that such kind of workshops are done. Right, as I told you, it may be in-house resource persons also, and we may call people from outside also, that is national as well as international. And also I'm pretty happy, as you will see the workshop on left side, which was conducted by our own alumni also. So we would love, after 4 years, when you pass out from this college and you go to some reputed companies, or you specialize in a domain, we would love to have you back as a resource person for our workshops. Can I move on to the next slide, ma'am? Yes. So as I told you, this summarizes our workshop. So we've had resource person from reputed academic institutions like IIIT, NITs, IITs, as also from places like Walmart, NVIDIA, so on and so forth. So we believe in a complete mix of, academics and industry, as ma'am has told in her presentation also, because knowing the theoretical aspect is as important as knowing the practical aspect. You might be very good in coding, but unless and until you don't understand the logic behind it, or how different algorithm design techniques can work, it is it doesn't hold that good meaning. Also, as I told you, hands-on workshops, completely you sit, code. So somebody said that has Python been replaced? So you'll see the range of workshops that are conducted ranges right from C to workshops on deep learning also. So you take your pick, you take your call. You are interested in C, we'll organize the workshops for you. You are interested in learning new platforms like Python, Hadoop, we have organized workshops on those domains also. Next one, ma'am. Yeah. So also, as ma'am correctly brought out, I would like to also reinstate or lay more emphasis on the fact that you all know our Prime Minister has also he has also appealed for Atmanirbhar Bharat, and a lot of focus is given on innovation. A lot of focus is given. A lot of grants government is giving for startups, so on and so forth. So we have in the campus an IPR cell has been created last year with a bit to already briefed by HOD ma'am. In case you have anything which you feel is something which you have innovated upon, it can be a poem, it can be an article, it can be anything. Please bring it to our notice. We'll guide you through how that can be converted into a copyright, into a patent, into a design patent, into a trademark, or however we can protect your intellectual property, and however we can help you in beginning of your startup journey or beginning of your entrepreneurship. Ma'am, could we move on to the next one? Yeah. Also, it's not just about workshops, it's also about exposing you to what's happening latest. As I told you, computer engineering is a very, very dynamic field. And if I know an algorithm today, or if I know a technique tomorrow, there are definitely bound to be extensions tomorrow. So, and also we believe in giving interdisciplinary exposure also to our students. So as you can see, we had called a speaker career development, career advancement, also a power seminar on digital learning. As you all know, we have been forced to move to digital platforms, and many of us were not very clued up with how we are going to cope up with this digital world. How am I going to speak to my audience who will be on the other side of a blank screen? And how am I going to communicate my thoughts, my knowledge, or how are we going to share our ideas together? So to familiarize all of us, that is including students as well as faculty, we've had guest lectures on why 5G, interdisciplinary approach to, if you want to, let's say tomorrow, focus on your research on telecommunication domain, what is 5G, why are we talking so much about it? A guest lecture on database industry. So as I told you, as ma'am will keep moving through the slides, you'll keep seeing that the talks ranging from cloud to 5G to to artificial intelligence to career development. There are so many fields that we call experts from. So it would be great seeing you all in campus. We just hope things get all right. So we used to have these live sessions in the labs. Labs used to be buzzing when we had it online. And on an average, in a month, we have 2 such workshops. And also, let me tell you, ma'am has shown you a very beautiful video about the faculty that we have in the college. But at the same time, we focus a lot on faculty development as well. Because today it's not only about be taught to the students, the technology is changing so dynamically. So we also, ma'am, could we just move on to IET? I'll just like to the previous slide, ma'am. I think probably because of the so we have this IET conclave, which is kind of an amalgamation of industry and academia, wherein people from different walks of life come together. This is our annual event which we conduct, and we have a lot of brainstorming which goes on in these particular sessions. So like last year when the college was on, we had the theme as cloud computing and e-mobility conclave. And students are always welcome, and they are encouraged to be a part of organizing as well as participating in such conclaves. Ma'am, can we move on to the next one? And also to give you an exposure about what are the avenues available for you once you pass out, not just technical avenues, as in whether you can become a software developer in Amazon or Google. We also take you to places where you can explore and exploit what are the other opportunities of job available after you finish your degree. Ma'am, can we move on? So like we have people being taken on an industrial visit to ISRO, to Officers Training Academy. And as I told you, we feel proud when our children do well, when our students do well, and they hold senior positions, or they hold important positions in places. We invite them to share their thoughts, to share their experiences, and to share their journey with you. So we've had a plethora of alumni talks in the previous semester. credit goes to the alumni cell, which is very, very vibrant and very, very active, and they have a close connect with the alumni. So whenever you are stuck somewhere, you'll always find some alumni who was stuck up in a similar situation. You can connect with them, and we have excellent pass out students who are always willing to help the incoming incumbents. So their guidance, and they are more than happy to help their juniors. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, as I told you, we have exploited the fact that we are online, so we could connect to so many people. Like when we discuss in the college also, earlier mobility was a big issue. So if you had to call somebody whether he would be available to travel and all, but now that is gone. So we've had webinars from people all across the world on various different topics, ranging from technical to non-technical to something which you would like. We also conducted skill development workshops for school children, in which some of our students also, who were, let's say, who were good, or who knew the platforms well, they also conducted these workshops. Like for instance, for school children, we conducted this workshop on G Suite and Java, where even students were the coordinators, or they were the volunteers for conducting sessions, right? Ma'am, could we? And this is a part of our corporate social responsibility. All these are conducted free of cost. So building chat bots or skill development, we keep doing them. And when you join the college, if you are good at something and you feel you can contribute or connect, we will help you in connecting to the schools. We will help you in being a part of our corporate social responsibility. And yes, as I told you, we have a great international connect also. From this year onwards, till last year we used to conduct a national conference, but this year onwards, the national conference, we could graduate to conducting an international conference. We had keynote speakers from University of Cincinnati, we had them from NITs, we had them from various industries as well, and then international conference was a great success. Let me give you one great takeaway of this international conference. We project this international conference as a great platform for international exposure of paper writing to our students also. So I'll really encourage all of you, start involving yourself in paper writing from day one, because if you want to apply for masters or you want to go for higher studies, a good research paper always it adds a lot to your credentials. So when you tell people that I have published in a Scopus Index journal, or I have published in an SCI journal, and to top up it all, if you get a transaction publication, trust me, even MIT will be willing to embrace you with open arms. So with this, I would like to welcome all of you to SRM Institute of Science. And ma'am, could I just be on the last slide for a second? Yeah. On the last slide, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so much. So I welcome you to this campus, where you'll have the perfect blend of academics, co-curricular, extracurricular, and we always call it as the SRM family. So I welcome you all to this Department of Computer Science and Engineering and to SRM family. And I wish you all the best. May you soar greater heights. May you come out as great engineers, and may you contribute to the society. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enriching words. I'm sure we can expect a lot of participation from all our first years here, and I'm looking forward to working with all of them. Moving on now.
Yashwanti, just a minute. Sorry, I'll take this forum to promote. So we have this. Those of you who want to head start with what's going on in the department, on 23rd and 24th, we have the national level symposium called as UberTech 2021. So all your seniors will be contacting you for that. We have a lot of workshops, a lot of technical events, non-technical events. Please be a part of that and get incorporated into the department activities and workings. Thank you so very much. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. As I said, hoping that we see a lot of participation from your end. Now, moving on, we have some of our current fourth years here to give us a talk about their experiences and here to enlighten you all about your years ahead. Up first, we have Mr. Srinivasa Ramanujan, who is currently a fourth year CSE student. He is one among our top ranking students and is the technical head of the Design and Innovation Club of our college. He has a passion for 3D animation and graphics and is also highly interested in the field of cybersecurity. So I would like to pass on the mic to Mr. Srinivasa Ramanujan. Over to you.
Thank you, Ashwanti. Thank you for that introduction. A very good morning to one and all present here virtually. A hearty welcome to all the students coming in this year. I'm extremely happy and very grateful to have been given this opportunity to speak before you all. I really wish that you all, attended this orientation in the auditorium, seeing your friends and the faculties, facing the faculties. That is a different experience entirely. Though the college journey, or the experience isn't exactly how it's portrayed in movies and shows, it is indeed a cherishable experience that you will think of and think about for years to come. And this is the first step, into the adulthood when it comes to responsibilities and all. But then again, don't worry, you will also have fun in the college. Well, my experience with SRM, to start with, I haven't really been a person who like shows my face and is on the forefront, but then I'm a behind the scenes kind of person. And this college, now I'm here, addressing before you all. And the only reason for that is that this college and the faculties and the department has constantly given me the push to do the same. So there are so many opportunities and events happening in our college at all times. Even during the pandemic times when the college was closed and we were all having an online sessions, events, workshops, webinars were happening. And everyone can volunteer, participate, and all you have to do is just to, just have the interest to take it up. So please do use the opportunities. You guys are pretty lucky, like when I joined at 2018, we didn't have the specialization courses like, CSBS, AIML and all those, data, cloud and all those. And yeah, now you guys have those, so which is amazing. And while seeing my, cycle test timetable, the last cycle test timetable, I noticed that there was this subject, psychology, for my juniors. I really envied my juniors. I really wish I had the subject, but then, well, we didn't. Nonetheless, the curriculum, the regulation that we followed, 2018 regulation, was very inclusive and equipped with subjects that were and are still relevant to the expanding technology and sciences. But I'm not going to lie here. Few subjects were hard, very hard to manage and get through. But then we had the best faculties, so they took care of us, and the guidance and all those we got that really compensated for the hardness of the subject. Be it my academic matters or the personal matters, I've always had the best guidance from the CSE department and other departments too. And I will always be grateful for that, even after leaving this college. To just, I'll quickly finish my speech, to just quote an example for my previous, sentence, previous point. During my previous semester, the last semester, during one of my subjects, I am a late night study kind of person. And during one of the exams, the earlier night, I finished all my portions. I had a couple doubts. I kept that for the last, and I texted the faculty expecting a reply in the morning before the exam, so that I can brush up on it before taking up the exam. But immediately, like right after I sent the text, I got a very, very detailed explanation with supporting materials in textbook pages. The faculty took the time to send pictures from the textbook. And this was at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I am really grateful for that. So the faculties here are nothing but helpful and ever ready to guide. All you have to do is, approach them respectfully and ask for help. So like the Hogwarts quote, if help is given for those who ask at Hogwarts, same thing. Help is given for those who ask at SRM too. So please ask. I wish to do my, higher studies next year, and I'm been planning and praying a lot for that it goes, well with the endemic and all those. But whomever I approached in my department or the CDC department, that is the Career Development Department Center, which you'll be hearing soon, I guess, have been, super helpful, giving me the guidance and all those. Applying for a higher education is by itself very difficult and, tiring. And now everything has been online, and there is no, there is very less communication with the universities and the departments, it has been really hard, harder than before. But with the help from our faculties, from my faculties at the college, it has been a little easy to navigate through all the formalities and LORs and SOPs and all those. You all would have, okay, I would like to take a quick moment to promote the club that I'm part of. So you all would have heard Arya ma'am talk about the department clubs and activities earlier. I play a small role as a technical lead in one of the clubs, the Design and Innovation Club. We have so much stuff planned for you, so much workshops and events and hands-on workshops and events and webinars planned for you. And we'll be reaching out to all of you very, very soon once you all have settled in properly. So look out for us. And in the meantime, if you are interested, you can follow us on our Instagram pages, Instagram, LinkedIn pages. So DA Club srm.pdp. That is our Instagram, and we are pretty active on that. We have a newsletter for our club and all those. So yeah, I do hope to see a few followers after this session. Once again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the department for their guidance all these years and giving me this opportunity to speak today. All the very best for all of you guys out there for the educational journey you're going to take up for the next 4 years. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasa Ramanujan. I'm sure a lot of people got a lot of insights from what you spoke and your experience. Next up, we have Ms. Amrita V, a current 4th year CSE student. She was a summer intern at Dell Technologies till recently and is a very talented individual. She's one of our brightest students and has a keen interest in data science and data analytics. We would like to hear from you, Ms. Amrita.
Hi, Ashwanti. Thank you for the wonderful intro. Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you coming in this year to learn and grow at SRM. About 3 years ago, I remember sitting beside my mother in the audience during the orientation program. And back then, I thought to myself, 3 years later, I should be on the other side. I should have something worth telling my juniors during their orientation program. And now I am very grateful for this opportunity to interact with you all. It's been wonderful 3 years for me at SRM till now. And currently being in my final year of UG program, the most asked question is, are you going to do a PG program or are you going to attend placements? What are you preparing for? How are you doing it? And all of those. And frankly, when I was in my second year, I wanted to pursue higher education and I was preparing for it. But later on, there was a change of heart and I decided to. And I must say, the Career Development Center, the CDC department, about which you'll be hearing about soon, catered extraordinarily well to both my needs. And for the 2018 regulation, for my regulation, the training for placements started right from the second semester. And it has always been progressive learning till the 6th semester in regards to your qualitative aptitude, quantitative aptitude, verbals, logical reasoning, and so on, and how to attend interviews, how to converse, and all of those, how to make up your resume, how to make an eye-catching resume, and all that. And one thing is that you should keep in mind that every core subject that you learn from the first semester plays an important role with respect to placements. Also, in the college facilitated training for placements regularly every semester in coordination with Campus Corporate Connect Hyderabad. And I'm sure you will enjoy the training process when you go through it. And every company's placement process and test pattern is different and preparation is key. When I was in my 5th semester, I had an opportunity to grab an internship offer from Dell Technologies, and it was via the campus placement cell. It was quite nerve-wracking since it was my first time, and I was quite nervous. But then again, I had constant support and encouragement, motivation from the faculty and my family. After being shortlisted based on my resume, the online test took place, and it went quite well for me, and I was shortlisted for the technical interview round. And During all of these, I was in constant touch with the then placement coordinator, the CSE department faculty, and the CTC department faculty, the CSE HOD, who all helped me prepare for my interviews. And they gave me pointers on where I needed to improve and guided me on how to answer questions effectively, give a straight answer, and give the, even if I didn't know the answer, how do I answer the question even I don't know the answer? And all of those things I was guided on. And I successfully cleared the technical interview. And later on, there was a HR interview. And that was honestly quite easy. At the end of the day, I received an email stating that I had gotten the offer to Internet Tel Technologies. And then my happiness knew no bounds. The staff knew and they congratulated me. They were very, very happy for me. And it was a beautiful experience. The internship itself was for 2 months during this summer, and I finished it just a month back. I worked as a software developer, and I got the opportunity to work with great-minded people and learn new scripting languages and other technologies and work on live projects. The college surely teaches us all the basics in regards to technical subjects, non-technical subjects and such. But those are very essential to be in a working place. And college itself acts as a bridge between learning and working. But then again, college doesn't teach you everything. So there is still a lot you need to learn based on the company profile and the job role and all of those. The transition from college, even if I haven't really graduated, but the transition from learning in a college to working is quite hard, especially since the tenure was very small for me. So I had to quickly learn new technologies and implement concepts. The tech stack was very, very different, and I didn't know majority of those. Previously, I had never heard of them. And since the internship itself was only for 2 months, the window period to learn and to implement those concepts was quite less. It was quite difficult at first, honestly. But after studying at SRM for 3 years, having a constant backup and support system, my ability to understand, grasp, and learn things quickly had increased, and that had helped me a lot during my internship. Now that classes have shifted, to the online mode and things, back when the classes were in physical classes sessions, there was a lot of interaction with people from college, people from other departments, people who you just see in the corridor, who you say hi and bye. You have lots of friends. That kind of interaction and all of those also taught me on how to communicate with my co-interns, with my mentor, and with my manager. So on completing the internship, I have also received a pre-placement offer for a software engineer role from Dell Technologies itself. And yeah, that's my story with SRM for the past 3 years. And I know that the placement season has, recently started. And I feel very, very elated to tell you that quite a number of my friends and batchmates have already received offers from Dream and Super Dream companies, which I'm sure you'll be hearing soon what they are, and for very good profiles and packages. But one valuable piece of advice that my father gave me when I was, telling him that I am going to look for placements, I may be going to study after a few years or something like that. I just told him that, and the one piece of advice that he gave me was to build a career and not just find a job. There's a huge difference between a career and a job. So find a career, and SRM has given me the tools and the opportunities to kickstart a beautiful career. And I hope that your tenure at SRM will be as fruitful as mine was. And thank you very much for your time. Good luck all of you, and congratulations on getting admitted at SRM. I hope you all have a very wonderful and beautiful 4 years here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Amrita. That was a very inspiring story, and I hope our freshers have keenly listened to it. We'd like to thank all our faculty and alumni and seniors for enlightening us today to get our freshers started for the years to come. Now may I request everyone to switch on your video so we can have a group picture. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for the information. Also, the attendance and feedback link is posted in the chat window. I request all of you to go fill it up without fail. Moving on now. As said earlier, we would be having a small question session based on the seminars that sessions and talks and seminars that we've heard today. So we'll have a link posted in the chat box. Over to you, Preeta ma'am. I think you can take over.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you all, and in continuation with whatever we have seen from Prasanna Devi ma'am. So she has been talking about the regulations, department regulations. I hope you all followed it. So here you go. There is a question for you. All that you have to do is click the link that will take you on to the Mentimeter site. You just have to give your answers there. Let me also share the question on the screen. I posted the link. I'm going to post 3 questions, one after the other. This is my first poll. I'll share my screen. Just 1 minute. Yashwanti, can you see my Mentimeter poll screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the question here goes this way. What is the minimum learning credits for the award of BTech degree? So we are getting some answers. 2% of the people have answered 150, 160, 170, 165.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We can go to the next question.
Yes. Just posting the next link. 1 minute.
$160 credits is right.
1 minute, ma'am. I'm not able to post the second one. 1 minute. Yashwanti, can you post this link? I'm stuck in this Mentimeter. 1 minute. Yashwanti, post this link, whatever I've sent to you through WhatsApp to all. Poll 2. Yes, that's the second poll. Please answer the second question and move on to the second poll. Yes, this is our second question. Yashwanti, have you posted that? I've sent it to you in WhatsApp. Yes. So again, we have the right answer there. The question is, a student, how much attendance should a student typically maintain? Or some people are going for 80, 30.
Anything more than 75% is right.
Correct. Okay. So here the question was have to maintain at least.
Yeah, so
75%. So yeah, so your right answer becomes 75%. The last question, we are posting it now. Just hold on. One more poll, the last one. Yashwanti, please post this link.
Yes, ma'am.
third one.
Yes, I've posted it.
The last one we'll move on to. Yes, this is our last question for a J course code. If you fail or absent in theory, what happens? What do you have to do? So we are glad to see a perfect answer there, 100%. Oh, we have some more answers. Okay, the right answer here is student has to repeat both theory and the lab. So as told by HOD ma'am. That's it, Yashwanti. I'm done with the Mentimeter questions. Thank you,
I'll
students,
admit
for
the
participating in it.
other set of participants, ma'am, now for the second session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yashwanti, you can conclude.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm admitting the other participants now for the second session.
Okay. So, so this brings us to the end of the forenoon session of today's orientation. I hope you guys have filled in your attendance and feedback in the link that I posted earlier. So please stay tuned because we'll be moving on to a second stretch of talks for the day, which will commence in a few minutes from now. So hold on, and we'll be starting shortly.
Ma'am, you can stop sharing.
Yes, ma'am, 1 minute. I lost that.
Yashwanti, we can start the second session.
Yes, ma'am, surely. We can. Just a moment. Yes.
Yes, sir. Hello. Sir, in the YouTube link. சார் அவங்க எப்ப வேணாலும் வந்து கூட்டிட்டு போறாங்க, இன்னும் ஆட் ஆகிட்டு இருக்காங்கன்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஓ, அது டிஃபிகல்ட்னா அட்லீஸ்ட் நான் அதையா சொல்லிடுறேன் உங்கள்கிட்ட. இப்போ கஷ்டமா ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு ரெண்டாவது செஷன்.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. We welcome you all to the afternoon session of our orientation program for the batch of 2021-25. We're very immensely glad to have you all here. We welcome you all to SRM ISD Vadaparni campus. And a warm welcome to all the EC mechanical students who have also joined the meet. We're glad to have you here. I'm Yashwanti of third year CSE AIML, and I'll be your MC for the afternoon. So today's event for the afternoon will be kickstarted with a workshop by Dr. Meenakshi Arya ma'am. I'll just read out a bit of her profile for those who weren't here for the earlier session. Dr. Meenakshi S. Arya ma'am is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. She has a diverse academic and professional experience background and has served in many engineering colleges across the length and breadth of the country in various capacities. She has done a PhD in the field of biometric watermarking and has an array of publications to her credit. She has published papers in reputed journals and conferences and has many book chapters to her credit. Dr. Arya is a professor by choice and has a great passion for teaching. She believes in the fact that good education is the key to developing a great nation. And if we can percolate the same sentiment to all students and make learning fun by bringing innovations to it, our country will grow by leaps and bounds. Now, I would like to invite ma'am to enlighten us with a workshop on online classes, which is the need of the hour by during this testing pandemic time. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Yashwanti. And on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, I would like to welcome all the students who have taken the right decision of choosing the right college, which is very, very academically inclined, where you will undergo a holistic development. So I have been given the arduous task of doing a small, workshop on online classes. But before I start, let me ask all of you, how many of you went to school when you were in 12th standard? So can I get an answer in chat? Yes, no, ma'am, we went once, twice. So can I get quick answers from all of you? That just gives me a sense of how many of you are physically or are virtually connected to me here. So I'm waiting. Yeah, I just got one yes. So 2 only for exams. I have around 300 participants here. I'm expecting at least 150 answers. Oh, great. So we have people who have joined the classes for 1 month, for few days. Did you miss school? Can I get an answer, yes or no again? Went for a week, like, okay. If you missed school, say I did. If you didn't, so say no, I didn't. Just write the answer, I did. I didn't. Oh, there's somebody who didn't also. Great. I missed. Lovely. So great. So that makes my job more easier. Thank you so much. You can continue giving me your feedback. That's amazing. So when you say you missed your school, let me tell you, we also missed our students, and we are going to miss you all till the time you don't come back to college. But the point is, necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So because of the unforeseen condition, that is the pandemic, which hit the entire world, we all had to move from, being offline to online. And it was a challenge for all of you as well as for all of us. And especially I can relate to all of you, as my son also cleared his 12th along with your batch. So I can understand what you went through, from having a virtual farewell to not being able to go to your colleges. Everything was online. I'm not here to answer that question, Gautam. I'm only here to tell you how online classes will be conducted. Okay. So not taking your time further, and now being very assured that you all are there with me, I'll begin my session. And I would want all of you to be interactive here, because that's what the aim is. So first of all, on behalf of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadaparni campus, I would like to welcome all of you for this orientation program. My name is Dr. Meenakshi Arya. I'm a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and I will be giving you a small walkthrough on online classes, though I'm sure you have had the experience of being online, but in college we function a bit differently. So I'll just be telling you what is expected out of you when you are in a college. And how are we using various learning management systems, that is LMS, for doing our day-to-day classes, right? So yeah, so my presentation I'll be covering in four different, the agenda points are four. So what is an online class? I don't think I'll dwell too much on it. Of course, advantages. What platforms are we using at SRM, and what are the types of classes that we would be looking at, right? So can you write what is your connotation of an online class? What do you mean by an online class? I would quickly like to see some messages. Yeah, what is an online class? What we are having right now, does it qualify as an online class? Distance learning, no. Conducted via online, simple way of learning, classes attended virtually. Not really, ma'am. Okay, so if you say that what we are having right now is not an online class, I don't agree with you, because what we are having online would have been an offline class of orientation where we would be telling you everything that we are doing right now. So it's a lecture, presentation, anything taken over internet is called as an online class, and it consists of a learning management system which consists of students and a tutor. So if I'm delivering some content to you through an online platform, it's definitely an online class, right? And the interaction can be handled on a computer system using some platform. Like for instance, a minute back, Dr. Devaprita ma'am did use Mentimeter to take your feedback. I'm interacting with you through a chat, so on and so forth. So all this ecosystem consists of an online class where we are not physically with each other. We are virtually over internet with each other. We need to have a stable connection so that I can connect with you through a learning management system. And we both are stakeholders in this learning process, right? So that's what my definition of an online class is. And what are the advantages? Well, I find a lot of advantages in online class. Flexible learning schedule. So when I show you my class, I'll show you how your learning schedule becomes very, very flexible when we talk about online learning. It's not that you do not have to follow a timetable. All of you will be given a timetable you have to follow, log into your corresponding classes on the basis of that, attend, submit, do everything online, work from anywhere, anytime. This is what I feel is the biggest advantage of an online class, because right now also some of you might be at your native, some might be in Chennai, some might be in Delhi, but we are all connecting for this orientation program, which wouldn't have been possible if we were doing it offline and there was some travel restriction or you had some family commitment or something like that. Resources that can be used are many. So if you don't like what I'm teaching or what I've posted, you can go online, look for other resources, so on and so forth. Data sharing can be more, as told by one of our alumni. So the moment you ask me for a data, I'm very quickly able to share it with you through my Google, right? Use for anyone over the globe. Improved technical skill. Let me tell you, we had some faculty members when we went online in certain, like I'll give you an example of your school teachers only. You would have had that old physics and chemistry ma'am who always learned physics and chemistry. She was very passionate about it, but she didn't know how to handle computers. And I'm sure you all have attended her wonderful classes online through the platform which she learned. So it also improves your technical skills, because now everything that you're doing, you are doing it digitally. You learn how to handle Word documents properly, you know how to do conversions, you know how to convert from one format to another, so on and so forth. More comfortable learning environment. You are in the folds of your home, saves travel time and money. So whereas businesses decide to go online, they told their employees not to come to office for longer. But I am of that old school of thought where I feel that classes should be offline. There should be a one-to-one interaction between the teacher and the student. So we are really looking forward to seeing you all back in college in offline mode. As I told you, the online teaching became a necessity because of whatever unforeseen conditions happened in the entire world. And thus we all migrated from the offline teaching to online teaching. So the two platforms that we use at SRM for online teaching are Google Classroom, and generally for meetings where the number of participants are more, Zoom link will be shared the way it was shared today. But generally for online teaching, we will be predominantly using the Google Classroom, of which I'll be giving you a walkthrough, and Zoom platform will be predominantly used for, but as all of you do not have a Gmail ID as of now, we will be using Zoom as a platform for conducting your classes till the time you all don't get your IDs, or I don't know how the arrangement is going to work, but we have a G Suite for SRM University, for our own institute. So that G Suite helps us in creating a lot of functionalities or interacting with you at a much higher level than what you would do with a normal Gmail Google Classroom ID, right? So once you all get your formal SRM IDs, you will be added to the Google Classrooms. Probably the HODs during their department interactions would have briefed you about the same, that till when is the likelihood of you all getting and coming on board on GCR. So let me come to the platform which we are going to use, that is Google Classroom. So you all would have used it. It's a free, easy to use, comprehensive education platform from Google, which is the IT giant which provides. So why is it so popular? Because if like we as SRM, it's available to us as part of the G Suite, and it integrates with Gmail, your Google Drive, Calendar, and various other applications which you can use. Some faculty members will be using Google Jamboard to give you access to their whiteboards where you can scribble, you can write down, you can share your thoughts and ideas, and so on and so forth. So it's a wonderful platform for online interaction between the faculty and the students. And as I told you, we will be using Zoom predominantly as a web conferencing tool, because it has grown quickly in popularity, in part because it offers a lot of capability for free. For instance, sharing, I can give you annotation rights, I can stop you from talking. Zoom is more, controlled environment as compared to Google Classroom. However, Zoom has its inherent problems. The biggest problem being that it is a Chinese-owned company. So in India, we are talking about being Atmanirbhar, or not promoting that much of Chinese products. So that's why Zoom did not catch up that well in our country. But still, we are using it because it's a technically, if you speak of Zoom, it's a wonderful platform to work on, right? So before I move on to GCR, I would like to throw some light on do's and do nots in GCR and Zoom. So very important, please log in for class on time. If you have a class at 9, avoid coming to class after 9:05. Be there in class between 9 to 9:05. Try to stay in mute mode during your lectures, while unless you interact with the teacher, or the teacher wants to interact, it is a lot of disturbance. And being able to see who's talking, it becomes very difficult to track the students who are talking. Do take notes whenever necessary, because everything which is on slides might not be what the teacher is teaching. Maybe there is something beyond the slide content also which is being delivered. Ignore outside activities. Select a suitable environment. Please, when you are sitting, sit in a comfortable position. Be well, prepared for the class. So how I would always say that if you can be appropriately dressed, you can have your notebooks, you can have your other things which you might require during the class ready. That is really great. Be prepared for class by reading the earlier class taught session. See, I would like to bring one thing to notice here. You all are coming from, there's going to be a sea change difference in the way you were in school and the way you will be in college. In school, the focus is on covering of syllabus. In college, the focus is on uncovering the world to you. When I teach you algorithms, there's no way I can cover algorithms in a semester. What I come to in a class is to give you a concept and throw open that world which you need to explore, as in what all is there in this. So the way we learn in school is very, very different than the way we learn in colleges, because here the teacher is there to uncover the syllabus for you. That term of covering the syllabus is probably not applicable here, though whatever is there in the content, everything will be delivered by the faculty, but still you need to go beyond what is done in a classroom to gain more and more insight knowledge into the subject. Don't use chat for irrelevant conversations, especially casual conversations with your classmates that can be handled beyond class hours, not in the chat window in your class. Don't give if you face a technical difficulty. Try to rectify the issue. We all understand it's a big challenge. We might face some technical issues. Don't panic. Don't give up and just don't attend the class after that. I always prefer if you keep your camera on, because that gives a feeling that there's something on the other side of the screen as well. Wear formal or smart. Sorry, I stand corrected. Do not wear casual clothes. It should happen. Don't be hesitant to ask a doubt, and don't multitask while attending classes. This is very, very important. Don't play a game or don't do any other task which you are not meant to do if you are in an online class. So please maintain of a class where it is on or off. It's very for successful online learning, you need to organize your work, have a schedule, set up a workspace, keep your mind open. Don't think that, okay, whatever teacher is teaching, I know it, or I can go online later and learn this. Ask questions and interact. Very, very essential. Be actively participating. Eliminate any kind of a distraction. Don't sit in a TV where your grandparents are sitting and watching TV or something like that, right? Proper formatting of content learned. Don't leave everything on the slides which are put or the content which is put. Please have that habit of taking your own notes also, right? So also, in addition to the classes which you are going to have, it's very essential to have the habit of self-study or skill upgradation as far as engineering is concerned. So there are various platforms like Coursera, Udemy, Analytics Vidya, Stanford Online, Thinkific, LearnDash, Skillshare, which I personally also use for my skill upgradation. So don't learning for you coming to class, listening to the faculty. Please, if I teach you something today, go and fetch online what are the courses available. We also have tie-ups with certain platforms like Coursera and NPTEL, where you can register for courses at very, very discounted or at no price at all, right? So I'll just give you a small walkthrough about the Google Classroom. So you all know it's a learning management system, a way to get all of your students in one place, forum for discussion. It's an interface between teacher and student, efficient tool for communication, and platform for sharing resources, assigning work, and grading. Life has become very easy because the moment you submit an assignment, I as a faculty can immediately grade you, and you can know where have you gone right or wrong. I can even comment on your work, so on and so forth. So what I'll do is I'll just stop this share and I'll share my Google Class or Google Classroom look when you are in college, right? So just let me just share this. You'll have to confirm whether you can see the class. Can any one of you confirm? Can you see this Google Classroom? Okay, fine. Yeah, great. Fine. So let me go to this course which I'm teaching for the current semester. So for the current semester, the course that I'm teaching is Formal Languages and Automata. So like this, it has been explained to you by your respective HODs when you were doing your departmental orientation. What does this stands for? The subject code. This stands for the subject name. You'll have the name of the faculty. You'll have the class code, and you'll have the class name, and then you'll have the class code here. So you need to use this code. You will be given a timetable like this, where in the timetable there will be GCR meet links for each of the subjects that you will be studying. That timetable will be shared to you by your class in charge or your class coordinator. And in front of the GCR meet link, you'll also have a Google Classroom code. So you can use this code and you can join a class over here. So when I say, I'll just, once again, I just need to click on this square bracket here. It will give me the class code. I can just copy this class code by doing Control-C, and then I can go to the Google Classroom and join the class. So when I go over here to the main Google Classroom console, it shows a plus icon here. In this plus icon, when I am a faculty, I can create a class. You as a student can join a class. When you want to join a class, it will ask you to enter the class code here. You need to put that class code here, and you will be able to, let's say if I put this class code here, it will not, and I click on this join, I will be able to join the class as a student. Now, once you have joined the class as a student, what all you have to keep a track of? First thing, the teachers will generally not give you the rights to post your comments here. So it will be controlled by the faculty only. the most important tab that is of importance to you is this classwork tab. So how your class work tab will look like, you will have your syllabus for the subject given here, and also you will have multiple assignments or lecture notes or whatever your faculty asks you to upload. For instance, I have created a syllabus and ebooks. So majority will post corresponding to their subject over here, where you can get all the ebooks. So for instance, for my subject, I have posted these ebooks here. You can see there is Introduction to Theory of Computation and John Hopcroft. You can download the books from here, or you can read them on your drive also. That's perfectly fine. So some content which is read-only. Also, you will find the study material, the recordings for lectures. As I had told you that in some cases, the faculty might post the recordings on the same day. In some cases, they might post it weekly, depending on what is the format being followed in your department. Accordingly, you may visit these lectures anytime. These lectures will be available. You can just click on the lecture. It will take you to the link. So even if you have missed a lecture someday, you are not out of the classroom. That's how it is, right? And also all the assignments, please do keep a track of. When I go to the stream, very important thing is it will tell me. So upcoming on Friday, the week 7 notes are to be uploaded. On Sunday, your assignment 2 is due. So you can keep a track of what all is, what all is upcoming, what is it that has been. And in the stream, you can see, like today, I have posted a new assignment. I have posted some new material. So what your teacher is posting will be available on tab for you is this classwork stream, where let's say if I have posted an assignment, you need to go to the assignment. The assignment may be of multiple forms. It may be a Google form. It may be a handwritten assignment, which you will have to upload. Just give me a minute. I'll go to the assignments tab. Yeah. So for instance, the first assignment which I gave to my students, this assignment comprised of a Google form. You can see all 54 students have been graded for this assignment, which is kind of online assignment. So student, you'll be assigned an assignment and there will be a deadline. That assignment, the deadline, right? Because every teacher will have a policy of how they want to grade you in case you submit later on. So how do I come to know whether you have submitted late or not? I'll get a prompt here as a teacher that you have done late. And done late means you'll get a deadline. If you are submitting your assignment beyond that deadline, probably you might be graded, let's say, some kind of a grading policy which the teacher will be following. Right? So this is our one-stop solution for all the teaching needs that we have. And as a student, you must, so you'll be given the timetable for all your classes. You must go to the timetable, join all the classes prior to joining your, prior to the beginning of the session. And in case you are facing any difficulty, you all have your WhatsApp groups, which your class in charges will be using for communicating with you. Please communicate whatever difficulty you are facing in joining the Google Classroom, as and when the Google Classroom links will be shared with you. That's how we do online classes in SRM. So from my side, that's all. In case you have any questions or queries, I'll be more than happy to take them. So I see some queries. Just a minute, I'll stop the screen share. Yeah, so I see some questions here. I'll just take some questions. Already received timetable in WhatsApp. That's great. So that's it from my side. In case you have any queries, you can throw them open. Otherwise, we'll hand over to the next speaker. Ma'am, what about electives? Oh, electives, that concern is once you reach third year. So first year, you don't need to bother about electives. So that all electives are scheduled. It's online only. So that's not an issue. When net ID, these are technical questions which your HODs will ask when net ID and password. It will be done soon, I think within a week or so. Yeah, everything, all credentials and everything you'll get. That's not a study material. As I told you, all faculty will be posting the study material in the Google Classrooms. So please be very, very vigilant on what is happening in your Google Classroom. Ma'am, please enable the option that anybody can send messages in the group. No, that cannot be, because then otherwise the groups get flooded. So you can communicate with your teachers. So for each class, for each subject, you'll have a group. Communication with faculty is never an issue. Let me assure you that. Faculty, I'm sure our students can vouch for that. Whenever you give any query, it's immediately responded to by the concerned teachers. it. I think I have given you a brief overview of how online classes are done here. Do we have model MUN here? Though it's not directly related to online classes, but yes, we do have. I didn't understand how much data will it take for a day's class. What do you mean by that? Credentials and all that, these are admin issues which will be you'll receive communication, your class in charges. So with this I sign off, and I again welcome you all to SRM, and I wish you all the best. We will be using Google Classroom as the prominent learning management system. So if you have any doubts, I'm just sending my email ID in the chat, so you all can contact me, or you can contact anyone. So it's Meenak SA1. One second. So you can send me a mail, and I'll be more than happy to reply. So sorry, it's one. Yeah, I have shared my mail ID. You can drop in a mail in case you have any queries. Thank you so much. All the best, and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that enriching workshop. I hope all our freshers have a good insight into how GCR works and the platform. Next, we would like to invite Dr. CAS Devapreeta ma'am, Assistant Professor and Campus Placement Coordinator at SRM IST Vadaparni Campus. Dr. Devapreeta ma'am is an experienced IT professional with 23 years of experience, which includes 13 years of industry experience, 10 years of experience in corporate training, and 2.5 years of academic experience. She's adept in handling multinational customers and cross-functional teams through on-site and offshore-based roles in IT industry. In addition to technical roles, she has executed several other organizational roles effectively in the IT industry, involving training, skill development, and knowledge management initiatives. As a campus placement coordinator here, she currently handles placement processes and related responsibilities for CSE, ECE, mechanical, as well as TMBA departments. We would like to invite you, ma'am, to give the placement address and to enlighten our students about the various opportunities available to them. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thanks, Yashwanti, for that introduction. So I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the first year students and a couple of parents who have joined us today. This particular session, which we will be looking on to, is all about placements. So I understand most of you are would be definitely very eager to know what happens after you finish your BTech. Now, you are in the beginning of your UG course, so a major milestone is crossed. So I congratulate all of you for finishing your schooling successfully and getting on to SRM institution. So from now on, you will have 4 years of study. Now, your next biggest milestone, when does it happen? So that is after 4 years. But we cannot start working it after 3.5 years right in the 11th hour. It requires to get ready right ahead, get well equipped, be well prepared to face the industry and handle all your placement opportunities. So I am the campus level placement coordinator for SRM Vadaparni campus, wherein I interact with the department placement coordinators, and we all together take care of this placement coordination for all the engineering departments, CSE, ECE, and mechanical. So I would like to play a very small presentation to give you an idea. I will not go on to minute details on what exactly you have to prepare on. Those things would be more clear to you all after you start your course of study. Nevertheless, I just want to show a broader picture, what takes you there and what type of opportunities institution extends to you. So that if you see, you will really feel motivated to understand you are in a right place and you can start working on it. So I would like to share a presentation now and we'll get it started. So Yashwanti, can you see my screen? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's
okay. Okay. So now the very first thing which I want you all to understand is this entire placement process for all of you is going to happen in a centralized form. During your admission process, you would have got this addressed. A lot of people have this query, like now that I'm in Vadaparni campus, would I get the same opportunity like the people in KTR get, and all these queries. I want to make it very clear, it is a centralized placement process, and this particular placement process is common for all 4 campuses of SRM-IST. By now, you would have got used to which are all our campuses. We have one in Katangalattu, we have one in Ramapuram, and we also have one in Modi Nagar. All this comes under SRM-IST. Along with Vadaparni, we have 3 other campuses. So one thing that you all have to really understand is there are no separate placement drives that are being run independently for all these campuses. It's going to be done all together. So when I say all together, how does it really work? Now we have a centralized placement process, which means we have our career development center. So this career center, if you see, is based out of our Katangalattur campus. It's just that they operate from there, but they are operating for all of you, for all campuses together. Now, you got to understand the placement process this way. We have different groups of stakeholders involved. Like we have our recruiters who are our major stakeholders in the process. And then we have our institution, the students in the institution. So there should be some seamless way of taking you all through the process with the recruiters. So the structure goes this way. We have a career center that operates from our main campus. They have a set of placement officers, we call them placement officers, who directly work with the recruiters. Now, please understand, SRM has a highly established base for doing all this campus hiring program, a very well established base with n number of recruiters. We have close to 600 plus companies visiting our ENT faculty and even the management faculty, School of Management as well. We have n number of companies, more than 600, which visits us every year to do the process for the students. So it's not just new, it's been done successfully over the years now. So we have a team of placement officers who are actively involved in working with the recruiters. So as and when the recruiters push down the requirements, it is sent out to the students. So you can see there are placement coordinators. So that career center, as I told you, is at a centralized level for all campuses together. So how do we operate at a campus level? At the campus level, we have placement coordinators. Now, who are these placement coordinators? People like me, I have a team. We all work together. I'll introduce the team to you shortly. So we have faculty coordinators from each department, who we call as the placement coordinators. We are the first point of contact, and in fact, the only point of contact for recruitment process for the students. So we work this way. From the student, it comes to the placement coordinators at the campus level. And from every campus, we all interact with the career center, which is centralized. And the career center takes it up with the recruiters. The model works this way. So it's like, we have a dedicated portal for this. We have some applications which support all these processes. And 24/7 people there in the central team who all work for this. So you can understand the volume of transactions that will happen when we are talking about more than 600 companies visiting, you students to give you an offer right in the campus. I want you all to understand getting placed in campus is something very, very, really nice, and something which you can really aim for. Once you finish your graduation and you move out of the campus, you will still find a job. Yes, I don't want to give you any false message here. You will find a job, but it's going to be really, really difficult. When I say you are trying out on a campus placement, you are actually competing with your own SRM peers. So when you move out of the campus, you are with the whole world, the entire batch of freshers who graduate with you, who compete, and you will have to be in the open market to get yourself placed. So doesn't it really make sense to equip yourself and grab the campus opportunities, which will be more fruitful for you when you have to play it around with a lesser crowd, and you have enough opportunities. This many opportunities may not be facilitated for you once you leave the campus. So this is how our centralized placement process typically works, and we have this team structure this way. And I would like to introduce this team to you. So as I told you, I handle at the campus level, interacting with the placement coordinators in all other departments. So we have Mr. Rajavel, who's the placement coordinator for the CSE department. And we have Mr. Balaji. So he is the placement coordinator for ECE students for the ECE department. And we have Mr. Dinakar, who's the placement coordinator for mechanical department. All the placement coordinators will work with you in very close touch to ensure you get all these opportunities well aligned, you get ready, get yourself equipped and crack the offer. So right from the start point until you all grab an offer, we are with you to guide and assist. So you don't have to worry about it. But that there are certain things which you have to do. You have to get yourself motivated to work on certain things in order that we grab these attractive job positions. Now we'll move on to the next thing. I would like to tell you all what SRM really offers to you as part of this hiring process. How many companies really come in? I said the number, but now I wanted to show you all the type of companies which visit us. These names could be new to you. You may not register all these things, but try to understand there are different categories. Now, the beginning level category is like day 1, day 2. We call them mass recruiters. I'm sure if we have some parents who have joined today, they would have heard about the placements happening in their close circles with TCS, CTS, and Infosys, Wipro. All these are mass recruiters who engage with SRM campus for the campus hiring process. We call it day 1, day 2 sharing offers, wherein opportunities are extended in bulk. So that actually comes in. And I want to tell you all, we have our current final years. We are extremely happy to share our placement statistics. We are doing really good across all departments for the current season. We have been doing equally well in the previous seasons as well. So right now, the placement season for the batch graduating in 2022 has started. And we have been grabbing real good offers with top companies. Now, day 1, day 2 is the first level it starts with. What you all have to understand is, depending on the potential an individual has and the type of skills they get groomed on over the 4 years, they have different levels of opportunities. Not all could really scale up to the level of getting placed in PayPal and Amazon. It's not impossible. It is possible if you start working on it. But then over the end of 4 years, based on where you are, how your readiness is, you can grab opportunities with all this. My point here is, it is not that only high-end companies are visiting us. We have all range of offers being made, and accordingly, wherever you fit, whichever you are able to qualify, you can go in for it. So we start with all this day 1, day 2 offers, which, as I said, are offers from mass recruiters. And then the next category would be your dream company. Why do we call it a dream company? All these structuring is done based on the salary packages that are offered. So when I say day 1, day 2, we are talking about all these mass recruiters. But when we move on to dream offers, we are talking about companies between 5 to 10 lakhs. 10 and above becomes the next category. So what happens up to 5? Up to 5, yes, you have different companies, day 1, day 2, who offer salaries anywhere between 3 to 5. It could be IT services job. They all do mass recruitments, as I said, TCS, Wipro and all that. And it can be IT or non-IT offers. We have people here from ECE Mechanical. All of you can still aspire to have a IT job if you want to at the end of 4th year, or what is there for you. So for the other branches who are not focused on IT positions, a lot of core companies are visiting us. So we have core companies for ECE, and we also have core companies for mechanical department visiting us. So you can definitely work on qualifying offers with all of them. They offer salary packages anywhere in the range of 3 to 6, depending on the industry. And then we have core companies coming in dream and super dream category as well. Core companies can still come in those categories, which means what? They offer salary packages between 5 to 10 lakhs. Super dream company means they offer salary packages between 10 to 20 lakhs, and anything above 20, yes, you still have options. So marquee companies are those which offers more than 20 lakhs. So I think, by hearing all this, you should really feel excited that opportunities are enough in fact, in abundance. So it is like up to you to scale up and utilize all these opportunities. We have our students getting placed in all these categories over these years. So we have a very good placement record with all placements happening this way. And I want to just touch upon this internship category alone so that you can get an idea from when you should start working on. Now, internship offers are there really wide and plenty. These internship offers, if you see, doesn't give you a job assurance. It is an on-the-job training that you get, but it can lead you to grab opportunities with companies later. We have one type of offer like internship leading to placement. And some of you from CSE department who were there in the forenoon session would have heard Amrita from CSE speaking about an offer with Dell, which was an internship which led to her placement offer with Dell. Similarly, EC mechanical students, you all have similar opportunities. Recently, we had one of our EC student, Harshit, being placed in Bajaj Finserv, which is a 12 to 13 lakhs category company, wherein it was internship leading to placement. So that is different. This pure internship is something which you can grab when you are right there in your third year. So this would be more of an opportunity for you all to understand the work ethics, understand the company culture and take it from there. You will be given enough information, all opportunities like, periodically once you get on to your third year itself, you will be receiving intimations on type of internships that you can apply for. All the summer internships will be floated out. And to add to it, we have our anchor here, Yashwanti. She has recently grabbed an internship offer. So right in her third year. So like this, we have different internship offers being floated out. Please utilize in your third year itself. You can get all that and start working for all these categories of companies. Now, I would say it is not really the range of salary that matters. Though these things are grouped as per this, that the policy demands that. So based on the salary packages, it is grouped. Over the years, as you start working on your interest area, you will have your own dream company. You will have your own interest. Please start working on your passion, where you want to be placed, what type of role do you want to take up. Work on it. 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 7 or 10 lakhs. Doesn't really matter. As long as you can, you definitely have wide choices. So whatever your interest is, there is a company to satisfy that. So apply for those companies, go right on with your passion and settle there. Beyond that, you may start with 5 or 6 lakhs. But if you are landing at a point as per your interest and passion, in a year or two, you can quickly scale up to any one of these salary ranges. So I don't want to emphasize on any things like getting placed in super dream is really good or dream is really good. Those are just numbers connected to it. Please work on your skill set, your interest, your passion. Now, what takes you there? So a very quick thing on understanding the skills required. Once you are all in, as you all progress in your own skill areas, in your own departments, then you will have a better hold on this. You are all fresh from school. I don't want to talk about any technologies, trends, anything here. I want to make it very simple. There are two things which you require, as simple as that. Whether you are from CSE, whether you are from ECE, or whether you are from mechanical, you have to have a very good, strong technical skills, and you also should have soft skills. Now, technical skills, when it comes to CSE or ECE mechanical, the very first thing is your academic excellence. Please work hard. Please try to have a very good CGPA. I mean, CGPA doesn't just stand as numbers. If you can secure a higher rank and a higher CGPA, that only gives the confidence to the recruiter that you are very good on your academics. So the core subjects are very important. So your CGPA gives that reflection to the recruiter that you are strong on your fundamentals in your core area. So please work on it. That's equally important. Have that base setup. Over that, for CSE students, there is something called as competitive programming skills. We have a very special training program for you all, which will be rolled out right from your fourth semester to pick up on all these skills and improve. And with respect to ECE and mechanical, you can also aspire to have IT jobs. You are also given a training on all these competitive professional skills, especially for non-computer science students who at a later point of time make up their mind to take up IT jobs. Don't worry, you have enough opportunities. But then what should the ECE and mechanical students really work on? their core subjects. Like instead of your programming skills, you will have your own core subjects, your core areas. You have to establish yourself very strongly in those core areas so that you are able to grab an opportunity there. And soft skills, after me, we have Sebastian sir, head CDC department. CDC is our career development center who focus on building in anything other than all these technical skills for you, be it quantitative, your aptitude skills, your soft skills, how to participate in GDs and all that. He'll speak about it. All that I want to tell you is you are required to get yourself ready both on the technical skills and your soft skills. So when do you have to typically start working on this from? Not really from the first year, your academic excellence right from the first semester. But these things I would say, at least from the beginning of your second year, you should start, not later than that. And then when we see about the campus recruitment process, usually any company will have an aptitude test. You have to go through that. Then there will be a technical round. And to test your soft skills, they will ask you to demonstrate your soft skills through group discussion forums, through a type of personal interviews, HR interviews. All that will happen. And only then you will be finally selected. Just wanted to show this roadmap to you to let you all know that only technical skills or only soft skills will not help. We definitely require a right blend in order that you get yourself placed in top companies. Company looks out for both, so it's equally important. Now I have a few more slides to give you an insight on what type of job opportunities you have. We'll start with CSE. I'll move on to other departments as well. So talking about CSE, plenty of jobs. So not many people may enjoy programming as you move on. Don't worry, you have other options. You can go in as, on hardware line as well. You can also pursue your career in network engineering. And you can move on to databases. You can be a database administrator, or you can choose multimedia. I know a couple of you could be interested in game programming and all that. So you can go for it as well. So a lot of jobs like, web designer. These are the things for people who may not be too much inclined to the programming. But those with core interest on programming profiles, so you can get yourself ready to be placed as a software development engineer in any one of the top organizations. This slide is just to give you an idea that opportunities are plenty. If you want to go for non-programming roles, we still have opportunities. Non-IT positions, not fully programming, you can go on to software quality assurance, software test engineering, which may not require much of coding. So many opportunities are there, and those 600 plus companies which I was talking about includes companies from many different streams this way, with very different job profiles being floated. So don't worry, you have plenty of opportunities. I would say by the end of second year, when you complete second year, when you complete your fourth semester, by then you will have some idea on what is your interest, where you really want to go. Until then, you will be confused. Don't worry about it. But by the end of fourth semester, you can take a call. You have to take a call by then so that you focus on it during your third year and you're fully ready when you move on to your final year. And this is something for the ECE students. So don't think you also have to compete with the CSE people for the IT jobs. As ECE engineers, your opportunities are plenty. You can get on to the electronics field or to the communication field separately. So you can take up roles like VLSI engineer or a field test engineer, a technical positions, instrumentation engineer, all these things in the electronics field. And if we talk about this communication, it can be networking side. You can get on to wireless networking, network administrator roles. All these things are plenty. And if you want to get on to software roles, as I told you before, you can still try that. And it's not just that, you all can get on to government sector. Don't think that no IT positions have a lot of opportunities. Government sectors open up a lot of positions for ECE and mechanical engineers. You can feel proud by getting associated with big companies like BHEL, BSNL, like all those companies. Now, you have two choices to make by the time you finish your last semester. One would be to take up your higher studies, and the other one would be to go for placements. In case you want to go for higher studies, there are different options listed here. But then since our context is some placement, I'm highlighting only different things. that you are offered as part of EC engineer. So there you have this many opportunities. We have a wide range of companies covering all these areas which come to our campus to hire. What about the mechanical engineers? Now, I would say this mechanical engineers have really wide range of opportunities. So mechanical engineering, in fact, always requires multidisciplinary skills. So you can get on to a blended type of role. It can be on a petrochemical industry, it can be on mining, power industry, iron and steel, chemical, metallurgy, you name it, you have a good company coming in for it, and you will have your placement opportunities extended in all these core companies, many of them. So you have enough opportunities as well. So I recommend all the students who have gone for mechanical engineering to work on their core areas, core subjects right from your second year, so that you build a very strong foundation to get yourself into many of this. Before I close, I want to show a couple of things on these are the core companies. I want to very clearly say this is not our full list, and I'm not going to show the entire 600 companies here. This is just a partial list for you to get an idea on what type of core companies visit us. So we have Ford. Some people could be interested in the financial domain as well. We have Barclays, we have American Express, those people coming in, and then we have big banners, Amazon, PayPal. Mechanical engineers are offered operation managers role in Amazon, which comes under the super dream category, like it's 17 to 20 lakhs now. You all can work for the operation manager's position with all your core mechanical skills. Amazon offers that for you all. And Amazon offers SDE roles for SDE, software development engineer roles for both computer science and ECE. People who like to see yourself with Amazon after 4 years, start working from your second year. These are the core companies that we have. And couple of other companies. So again, core companies, you can see Honda and other things coming in, Sony. And for your EC people, we have many things here. We have all this Arista Networks, Dell, Hitachi Consulting, all these people coming in to offer jobs of your interest and passion. This is again a partial list, different companies that visit us. So you can get yourself ready to be placed in any of these companies. That is all I have. Before I close, I want to tell you all, you don't have to really work that hard from your first year onwards, but don't take it that light as well. You have to start working after or middle of your second year onwards. You will have a lot of training being extended. We arrange for alumni talks. We will keep you connected with what is happening in the industry. Every department, all 3 departments, throughout the semester, will have many such programs. Don't feel lazy to attend those programs. That would give you a nice insight. During your first and second year, you may still think that that may not be that informative to you, but please attend. Once you get on to the habit of being connected with your industry and industry trends, only then it will become an eye-opener for you to know what is happening, and that will inculcate an interest in you. You will feel motivated, and you will know which direction you have to take and where you have to land. That can only help you set your career goals right. So I would like to conclude wishing you all a very successful academic journey and a very successful career ahead after you complete your 4 years with us. Thank you all. I think I'm a little late. I would pass on to the next speaker. Yashwanti, I'm done. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We wish for all of them to make the best use out of the opportunities available to them. Moving on, next, we have Mr. S. Sebastian, sir, the head of the CDC department. He has been a part of the SRM family since 2007 and has over 22 years of teaching experience. He remained as the principal of a school in Kashmir for 5 years and has also held the post of the vice principal of a school for about 4 years in Jammu. His interests of research include personnel management and public administration. We would now like to request you, sir, to give us all an insight into the various career and development activities that our students here are soon to be a part of, and to enlighten us on the importance of the same. Over to you, sir.
Yashwanti, thank you very much for your words of introduction. Students, and if there are any parents, a very good afternoon to one and all present. Definitely, we are very close to the closure. And biblically speaking, sometimes the best things are offered towards the end. That's the way I will put it when it comes to career development center and activities related. Before I move on to speak about what exactly we are, what we try to do here, just hold on for a minute.
Hi guys, I'm Divadashni Suresh, fourth year BTech Computer Science and Engineering student of SRM Maraparni. I'm here to share a brief insight into our Career Development Center, also known as the CDC Department of SRM Maraparni. In this era, we all know that a student should be very confident and should have a good personality with an ability to crack aptitude to be career ready, along with the knowledge they possess. And our CDC department helps all the students with the same right from the first semester to the sixth semester. The department is headed by Sebastian sir, who is very articulate and best suited to guide all the students. We have Shiromi ma'am and Parkavi ma'am for verbal aptitude, who are super kind in nature, and they give you individual remarks and tips to work upon to attain your personal best. We followed by which we have our Revati ma'am and Madhivandan sir, who give you all tips and shortcuts for solving quantitative aptitude, which you wish you had known it earlier. And on overall, they make sure you're ready to crack any aptitude question, and make sure you know how to write a resume, cover letter, and do video profiling, which is very important in this time of pandemic, because all the companies are asking for the same. So I am like very fortunate enough to have them all guide me through, and I can't thank them all enough. After all, they all are really our guardian angels, and they do wonders on all students. So hop on the train and get ready to witness all their magic.
Hello and good morning. I'm Vasuprada, currently pursuing my fourth year of BTech in ECE department in SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadapaini campus. So the CDC department conducts various courses which include aptitude training, both verbal as well as quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and also soft skills. So both verbal aptitude as well as quantitative aptitude is very important in cracking exams like GRE, TOEFL, CAT, and also various recruitment tests during the placement season. So, along with aptitude training, it's also important to learn resume building, interview skills, and organizational skills. So, talking about the faculties are very experienced, and in every class, they kind of tell you about where you can go wrong and how to avoid it. So, they've come across different students not cracking certain interviews or not cracking certain exams. So they tell you what you should be careful about while you're giving these exams and sitting for interviews. And also these CDC classes are held in a very professional way. So right from the first semester, we have these classes which are continuously conducted, and they're mandatory courses. Also, it's compulsory to attend class in formal dress code, and a lot of emphasis is given to our attitude in class and how we behave while we are doing some tasks which are say team tasks, or how we speak when we are asked to speak whether we're confident or not, and how we recognize and work on our flaws. So these skills are very important in any organization. And I would say the faculties in CDC department are very approachable. And if they see that a student is interested in something, they would give them additional guidance and worksheets, which would help them achieve their goals. So last but not the least, I would like to thank all the faculties of the CDC department for guiding me through my engineering journey, and I also owe my success to them. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Dev. I'm a second year SRM Vadapalli student. I wanted to share one of the best experiences I had in college. During the first time, I was really confused for what I had, what to pursue in life. Believe me, it was all over my head at that time. But then we had career development classes in our first year, and it really helped me out. It literally in multiple ways. Teachers were extremely helpful, understanding, and really guided me in every possible way. They really taught me the way I can understand myself, to open up in front of anyone, because that was my biggest fear. Multiple ways to explore myself. Classes were extremely helpful. Teacher really helped me out in my professional communication skills, and then I was being guided regarding my multiple topics and points. They guided me on various perspectives, such as time management, so that I can cope up or I won't lag in something. Teamwork, to work with everyone at the same pace. Flexibility and leadership qualities, everything was involved. Brainstorming sessions, small talks, and social skills, one of my favorites of all, believe me. And then they were really concerned about me and everyone, and I was very sure these things will definitely help me out in my future, especially during the placements and in enormous ways ahead.
Hey, this is Anila from second year EC department. I'm a pandemic freshman of 2020. My 1 year, 2 semesters were completely online. Staring into a screen for more than 6 hours isn't what I dreamed of. But SRM Vadapalani campus has made everything seem easy and fun. Communication, teamwork, adaptability, leadership quality, and problem solving are collectively a part of soft skills. Personal and professional skills and general aptitude is being shown a very major part in soft skills. Personal and professional skill classes was always interactive and colorful. This class always made me think out of box. I still remember this period where I was being taught about Ikigai. That particular class was so intense and meaningful. Talking about general aptitude, it's been categorized as quantitative aptitude and verbal aptitude. This course was especially very different and unique. The quantitative aptitude covered all sorts of problem solving, which I'm pretty sure would play an important role in my career aspects. Whereas the verbal aptitude covered language and helps us to understand the concepts, as it plays an important section in most of the competitive exams. The important advantage is that Vadapalani campus has an in-house training center. The faculties here are so kind in helping. They build a positive relationship with the students, which helps us to be more comfortable and expressive through online mode. As far as I noticed, they believe in the key interaction. They cover the syllabus of all kinds of challenges and tend to make us face them bravely, which is why the student of SRM Institute of Science and Technology is the first Indian private university to achieve international and national placements. Thank you.
Welcome back, students, and if there are parents. I think my job is cut short by the 3 or 4 students who have spoken about the department. However, there are a couple of things which I want to insist here. The why of Career Development Center. What was the urgency? And why at all SRM had to go for this? This is something that was in the pipeline for quite some time, way back in the early 2000s. And nothing happens, things overnight. It took time. The demand or requirement actually was being raised by the corporate. SRM took it seriously, had a number of discussions, and then eventually the department had its inception somewhere in 2006. And in 2007, we began with the first semester with just 2 faculty around at the main campus in Katangulathu. Today, I'm happy and proud to say that we have over 60 faculty working across the 4 campuses of SRM IST. The reason, as I said in the beginning, if you remember on 9th of this month, when you had the campus orientation, one of the vice principals happened to be stressing on the advantage of being put in private or deemed to be university. That may be the very reason which I will be interested in quoting here. The advantage here is that we can change things, we can modify our curriculum as per the need. And that's how this department came to be in existence. Time to time, things differ, the requirements vary, and we keep changing things. And this was one of the requirements from the industry, that SRM had a department of something like this. And that's how we have a Career Development Center having emerged in 2006-07. I may be, it may be a corrective statement if I make Dr. Devaprita, who spoke to me, just before, with her permission, I would like to reiterate this. When it comes to placements, of course, there are two aspects. One is that you learn things technically, you become sound technically. But what really matters is what you have imbibed, what you have learned technically, how effective you become to deliver. That, of course, involves lots of other key elements, key skills. And that is what we are here for. And therefore, these skills are something which cannot be postponed. In fact, you should have already started off with something of this, right from your school life. We are here to highlight that very basic elements, right from semester 1, where we have a paper called Professional Skills and Practices. In fact, I will go one step beyond to call it as life skills rather than calling them as soft skills. And therefore, let's not put off things to the second year or third year. We begin right in the first semester itself. In fact, the soft skills have become the very basic foundation for what is to be laid further. The courses that you would be having in your second semester, third semester, right up to the 6th semester. One thing I can assure you, the first 3 years, literally we will be behind you. But when you reach the 6th semester, it's going to be in the reverse. And that is the time you begin to feel the need of us. But my humble suggestion, request here is, please begin to have that feeling, advance that feeling a bit earlier. Start on the right note, right in your first semester, so that things keep flowing without a break. And that is what is more important. The department started with 2 people. Today, we are over 60. And in this campus, we are 5 of us, including me, handling different courses. Just for you to have a look at, I think Priyadarshini has already spoken about at length about each faculty. I am not taking your time because it's lunch time. You shouldn't be cursing me further. So these are actually our faculty, a team of people blended with vast experience in their own field. I don't want to speak much now. You will get to interact with them in the coming days. Now, in the department, we have, though it is named as a Career Development Center, we have 3 major divisions internally. One is, of course, soft skills, where me and Shiromi definitely, we will take care of that aspect. And then you have again verbal aptitude, as it was informed. Pargavi and Shiromi again will be part of that. Then the major division, third division, is actually quantitative aptitude. Now, when you sit for a drive, you need to have all these 3 blended, and that's what actually makes one perfect, wholesome. And our aim has always been, and it will continue to be so, to make you what actually the corporate sector thinks about the present students, how they should be. And that's what our role, that's what our responsibility here is. And definitely, I assure on my behalf and on the behalf of the department that we will be right up to that, to taking to a new level, new heights. Now, going further, these are actually the papers or subjects that we will be handling during the 6th semester. Of course, when you reach the 7th and 8th semester, we may not have regular classes, but definitely you would get to see when the classes begin in a physical mode, you'll find more students in the department than anywhere else, particularly after your 6th semester. That's the way we have been functioning, that's the way we have been working. So to start with, in the first semester, you have professional skills and the practices. It's actually a mandatory paper with no credit, but it brings in credit to life. Academically, it may not have a credit. You would love it when you begin to experience what it is. So that will be in the first semester. The second semester, you have general aptitude, a blend of verbal and quants. And third semester, you might find there are a couple of papers more. They're actually of third and the fourth semester. Definitely for third semester, competencies in social skills, which is full of verbal. All of you will have. And similarly, in the same semester, either you will have management principles for engineers or social engineering. One of the two you will have. The next semester, third semester, you will have the other paper, which you don't have in your, fourth semester, which you don't have in your third semester. And in your fourth semester, you have critical and creative thinking skills. Again, a combination of verbal and quants. You must be wondering how much is there in quants and verbal that we got to keep studying for semesters. I am not the one to answer that. Once you get into the classroom, you will yourself feel the need of asking for more of it. But this is something that you need to keep practicing on and off. And that's how the curriculum has been designed in such a way that we lay the foundation, the aptitude, the skill set, what a student in the present scenario requires, that we have it in the first semester. Based on that, we build the rest. Therefore, you begin from semester 1. There is no reason, there is no room that you keep postponing things. So coming back to the 5th semester, you have again analytical and logical thinking skills, which is purely of quants. And then the 6th semester, employability skills. When you have completed all the 5 semesters, you get to see in the 6th semester the fullness of what you are supposed to be. And that is what that paper is all about. Whether it is mandatory or otherwise, exams will be there except for the first semester paper, professional skills and practices. For all other papers, you will have exams like any other paper that you would have. For the simple reason, professional skills and practices does not have an exam because it is very difficult to quantify someone's skill set. We can experience, we can look at somebody what is what, but when it comes to testing somebody in terms of an exam, it is not possible. And that is actually the reason we do not have exams per se for this particular paper, but we do have certain other parameters of assessing you, because that is again becoming an academic requirement. For that purpose, we do have certain way of going about assessing you. That will definitely take place. And then moving on, these are actually some of the methodologies that we use in the class. I only feel so bad, as Anila, one of the students, happened to speak. This is going to be her 3rd semester, not having seen the campus. And I was fortunate enough personally to have had a class with her, for her class in the 1st semester. Now, probably they will be here physically from 15th, that as for the way the campus has decided to call the 2nd year students. I only pray and wish your coming to the campus in a physical mode gets advanced, because nothing is certain except being uncertain. I only wish that we all get to see each other, because except maybe the second, third, fourth, fifth semester papers, the other two papers, first semester and the sixth semester, you get the maximum benefit only when we happen to be in a physical mode. And literally, when we began, all of a sudden last year, the pandemic started in online mode. We didn't know how to go about, particularly when it came to this particular paper. It was quite something challenging for us, but somehow we had to learn the trick and trade of things, which we have done. And I should really honestly appreciate our faculty, the kind of effort they had to put in during odd days and odd times, and we are prepared for that. But I don't wish that gets carried on your case too. We only pray for a speedy reopening of the campus for physical mode classes, so that we both, you and me, the faculty and the students, that we get the best out of each other, and that's the way I believe to move forward in a professional life. I once again thank you for this opportunity. We have a lot more to discuss, a lot more to share with. I will not take your time. It's almost lunch time. I am sure some of you must be already cursing me when this fellow will stop. We will keep talking. We will keep interacting once we begin our regular classes. Until then, all the very best. I should really honestly appreciate you for having chosen this campus for various reasons. I'm sure people may have spoken about it. I don't want to repeat. When we get to the classrooms, expect more to it. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wise words. We would like to thank all of you for being a part of this new beginning, and we believe and wish for each one of you to succeed with flying colors. Just a small announcement to all the students here. Your bridge classes will begin from the 14th of this month, which is tomorrow. The timetable as well as the Zoom credentials will be shared in your class groups if they still haven't been. So I repeat, your bridge classes will begin from the 14th of this month, which is tomorrow, and the timetable and the Zoom credentials will be shared in your class groups. Yes. Also, okay, may I request everyone to switch on your videos once again. We'll just have another group picture since all our friends from EC as well as mechanical have joined. Just a moment. Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, now may I request everyone to remain quiet while the national anthem is being played. You can all switch off your videos.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा
Yes, thank you, everyone. Also, there will be an attendance and feedback link which will be posted. I think it's posted right now. I request you all to fill that form. Make sure you do not miss that form out. It's in the chat window. I hope you guys fill it. You can fill that form. So just bringing our event to an end for the day with an inspiring quote by the great Mahatma Gandhi ji. Live as you were to die tomorrow and learn as if you were to live forever. I thank everyone for making this event possible, and thank you so much for making the time to attend this event. I repeat once again, please do fill in the form before you leave. Ma'am Preeta ma'am, if you want to say something.
Yeah, thanks, Yashwanti. So we would like to thank you all for joining us for this department orientation meeting. We request the students to update the attendance link there before they leave. Thank you all.